Hello, everybody. Welcome to the fourth episode of Gigi Habibi. I am Mint. I'm joined by Al, and
That's
I'm
right.
I'm ready to talk about video games. That was the most normal intro we've had so far. Let's fucking
That's
go. I
right.
mean, I ruined it immediately,
Very,
but
very normal. Very
yeah,
normal. Are we're gonna talk about video games, or are we?
a little call. It's I didn't I was like I wonder how long it'll take us to like not so much not talk about video games, but branch into new or other media. Turns out, um, not 4 episodes. So
Not long at all. If
yeah,
we so happen to see the same thing,
yeah, yeah.
immediately.
The one thing I'll say, we went from 75 degrees Fahrenheit to like 37 as of right now within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So, if I sound a little low energy, it is because the earth is being torn apart by like six companies that are destroying the environment. So,
Same, same.
yeah.
I also I went and I for you know what? Hey, guess what? I forgot I have allergies, and I just walked into a park.
You raw dog nature, bro?
I got the sperm tree stuff. Yeah, I just breathed that in.
Damn.
I just forgot. I was like, oh, I was feeling high off the Allegra or something. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Not ideal.
And I just walked in there, and I was like, wait,
Not ideal. No, not
wait a
ideal.
minute.
Not ideal.
No,
Okay.
I shouldn't have done that.
So are we talking? Do you want to do that first and then what we're playing, or
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah, we
matter?
could do that first. We can
Okay.
hit that first.
Okay. I'll let you. I'll let. Well, actually, I'll go first just because this is my thing will be very quick. I'll stop being vague. So we've seen films recently. I actually just saw a second one. So I'll go over mine real quick because it truly won't take that long. The first thing I went to go see, I had no idea that Speed Racer came back to theaters briefly. This is a movie that came out in 2008. In between, I believe, Iron Man, and then I think one of those Harry Potter movies. Rest in piss, J.K. Rowling. She's not dead, but, you know,
Oh wow,
I
was
hope.
it that
It
weekend?
was in between them. That's why it
It
completely
was in
bombed.
between them.
It would completely bomb because it was between those two movies. Speed Racer is one of the greatest films of all time. Um, I seeing it in IMAX. I saw it in theaters before, but seeing it in IMAX for the first time was transcendent. It had like the Dolby speakers, so the engine I could hear it in my own chest, which I believe is how God intended for that film to be
Oh,
viewed.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic. The only movie that has made me feel as inspired and like, you know, just like ready to do basically anything is the first Slam Dunk. Its finale is
Shout outs.
almost as good as Speed Racer, but I mean, it's like, it's like naming my top three. So, yeah, that was one thing I saw, and then the other was, I guess technically three. The Hoppers. I saw that actually a couple hours ago. It was fine. I truly have nothing to like say about it.
Hoppers?
Yeah, that's the Pixar movie with the talking animals.
Oh, this is the environmental one.
Yeah, 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 yeah. About the environment and everything. And so yeah, it was fine. It was whatever.
It
Pixar.
was fine. It
Yeah, it
was
was
it
fine.
was just
It was fine.
well, like okay, what are we looking at? Like, how are you feeling about the batting average of Pixar when you
That's
say
what I was
it's
about to say. That's what I was about to
fine?
say. Because Pixar has not really been doing it for me lately. The last Pixar movie that I really genuinely enjoyed was Turning Red, and even that was an oasis in between releases that I didn't care for before it and releases that I haven't cared for since. This is definitely not better
Hmm.
than Turning Red for me. They should just let that guy, or I forget if it was. I shouldn't assume the gender of the person who made that movie, but No, it was definitely a woman. That's it's literally a metaphor for puberty. My bad. For like a woman's puberty specifically. But anyways, they should just let that person make the rest of the Pixar movies because the rest of them do not know what they're doing, in my opinion.
did you watch Elemental?
No, should I? Was it good?
It was from like I think the marketing probably cratered that movie. Like I thought it was as generic as the trailers made it seem,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got in there and I was like, oh wait, this
Okay.
is actually incredibly like pleasant, and like I know what the culture analog is.
Okay.
Like I know what's happening there. It's like, oh look, it's the water people are like, are very I'm not gonna say,
Yeah.
but there are very specific types of people that this thing is about,
Okay. Okay.
like in a certain way. But like I think when I saw the trailer, I thought it was generic
I
as
mean,
heck.
that's
I
why
quite
I
honestly.
didn't watch it because I took one look and I was like, I mean, it just looked like the most um like a shit post for a Pixar movie. It's like, or like that Bo Burnham bit with the poetry about like the squares and the circles moved in and they're like being mean to the squares and the circles are like why and it's like because this is a metaphor for racism.
Yes. Yes.
So
There you
I
go.
was I was not super, but no, I mean I'll take your word for it for sure because like
Is it because it is that, but then it like it does the leap
better.
again, and it goes wait, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not just that, I assure you,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, the marketing did not make that clear at all. No, I'll do it. I'll check it out. That's enough for me to take a look. But I wouldn't be surprised if that is also better than Hoppers. I was deeply unimpressed by this film. It was pleasant, but that's the most I can say. Um,
Is it any in any way analogous to Over the Hedge?
no, you know what it is? Actually, very similar to. Um, what is it? The Wild Robot? Is that what it's called? I should know its name because it's
Oh,
such
the
a
Wild
fantastic
Robot.
movie. Yes. Um,
Yeah.
it
One of
is
the
very
nominees
similar,
or
right
Oscar
down to the
nominees.
climax as being very similar, but it's almost an inverse in the sense that the Wild Robot feels like DreamWorks going ham and doing their best Pixar impression, and then Hoppers feels like Pixar doing a DreamWorks impression, which I think is funny because Over the Hedge is, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure, a DreamWorks film.
yeah.
Yeah, so because it is very like wacky, it's pretty funny. Like there's definitely some jokes that got me to chuckle, but I wasn't full on sobbing or anything like that, like I did with Coco or um, yeah, I don't think I didn't cry watching Turning Red, but I felt it in my bones. You know what's funny? Is that because Turning Red came out, and before it, there was that one movie with like the house that's alive or whatever.
Monster House.
No, no, what the fuck? What? No, bro, not even. It's a Pixar. It's the other Pixar movie. I believe the
The
characters are
the
Hispanic. There's something about. There's a dude named Bruno. You're not supposed to
oh
talk about him.
and Encanto.
Yes, thank you. Turning Red hit me a lot harder, and the reason is because it understands the older generation much better. And in the sense that, and I guess spoilers for a movie that I think has been out for like half a decade at this point. In the end, when the mom and the daughter reconcile, the mom not once ever says the words "I'm sorry," which is exactly how this
Yeah.
kind of situation would play out, like with boomer, POCs. It's just like this nod of understanding. But I do remember in Encanto, it was like she like I think it was not even the mom, the grandma, I believe, apologized. That's fucking crazy. I mean, I
I
don't think that's
wouldn't
happening.
even know. I've
Oh, you haven't
never,
seen it?
it completely passed me
That's
by.
fine.
Because by the time I knew it was happening,
Mm.
like it was like the songs were literally everywhere,
Oh,
and I
you
felt
were
like I had
over it.
heard what the story was
Yeah,
through
Cultural
song.
osmosis. No, that's fair. That's fair.
um,
Yeah. but yeah, Hoppers was all right, and then very quickly, I also saw Terminator 2 for the first time ever. Yes,
Hooray!
very much a you haven't seen Death Note moment for me. It was, in fact, as good as everybody said it was.
Yeah.
Extremely impressive. Not even just like for its time. There's no addendum or like parentheses here. It's just a good ass movie.
It's just yeah,
Oh,
it's a
I
good
will
ass movie.
say I didn't know that. I always assumed Arnold Schwarzenegger's character was the bad guy. So I it's very fun that I got to experience that twist. I'm assuming like marketing wise, you weren't supposed to know. So yeah, I was like, oh shit, he's helping that kid. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty funny. I went and looked, and I saw people being like, "Wow, I wish I could have experienced this like without the twist." It's like not knowing that Vader is Luke's father at this point. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't even remember when I found that out, to be honest, at
yeah,
this point.
yeah,
Like not I gotta be like I'm pretty sure I saw Star Wars, but I don't remember it being shocking.
yeah.
Um in retrospect. At a young age. I feel like my kid brain was just like, oh wow.
Cool. Well, yeah, it's not as mind blowing. I mean, dog, they were parodying it in like Toy Story 2, which you probably saw before you saw Star Wars.
First, yeah.
It's just so regurgitated, part of like the pop culture lexicon at this point that it is hard to be surprised by that. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
those are.
When
Oh, go ahead.
for Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 right now for you.
I haven't seen the first one.
Wow! Wow! What? What?
Yeah, I just watched the
What are
second
you?
one.
What are you? What are you fucking me doing?
I,
Watch the second one.
but it's interesting. I don't feel like. I mean, I feel like it works in both directions because there are bits that are being discussed about like somebody got sent to the past and blah blah blah, and I have a brain so I could follow along, but
Sure.
I
Yeah.
do like because it's a time travel story. I can just go back and watch the first one, and it kind of just loops into itself. I feel so. I do plan to watch it, but nobody ever says anything about the first Terminator. Everybody told me to watch the
I
second
like.
one.
I like. I mean, they're because they're right. Because
Yeah,
Terminator
which
2 is
they were.
fucking good. But what I would say is like, I mean, I wouldn't just skip
Yeah.
to be like. It's just not my inclination. I'd
Mm-hmm.
never just
Mm-hmm.
go there. I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, I guess you could. I guess you like in terms of substantively what your experience. Like, yeah, Terminator 2 like has the fucking juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I guess for me it's always a matter of like it'll always hit more when I watch the first one and then I jettison into the second
Yeah.
that is,
You know,
infinitely yeah. Yeah.
the thing that has killed that for me was actually the Trails of series from Falcom, the Trails in the Sky
Wait,
and everything.
what?
And the reason why is because I got so irritated by people just being like, you got to play these first 9 titles or whatever, when you truly don't.
That's different. That's
Oh, okay,
different.
okay, yeah.
They're asking you to fucking go through a novel series like 10 times any
Yeah,
novel
that's got to be
length.
at least like 1,000 or at least 100, maybe 120 Terminator 2s if you if you play all those games like straight. Yeah, but I do plan.
I
I
could
do plan to
become an
watch it.
expert in Terminator 2 50 times, 70 times over
Yeah,
before I play the trails of
yeah. There's a lot.
9.
Yeah, I probably more. I just
Um,
picked a random number.
well, I want for Hoppers.
Hmm.
Am I remembering this correctly? There's like a Brendan Fraser movie that has like an identical premise, isn't there? Am I crazy? There's like a
Uh.
there's like a Brendan Fraser movie where he's like also about to do an environmental bad, and
Oh.
then like the animals convince him, or like the animals like go, I'm actually talking or whatever. And it's like before Brendan Fraser went off the map because of the
Oh.
unfortunate industry,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. I don't know. I believe you. it wasn't exactly a unique premise, which I think is why, the problem with putting out like bangers for 15 years, it's like the Square Enix thing. Pixar is very similar to Square Enix to me in the sense that it's like it picks or Square Enix from like 1989 to whenever the PS3 came out and things started to get a little bad. God tier run. You could have 20 games, like your top 20 from that time period. Every single one of them could be from Squaresoft slash Square Enix. And
Yeah.
with Pixar, it's the same thing. They had a monumental run for so long. So at a certain like after once they start putting out like mediocrity, I'm coming down on them a little more harshly because again, like would I rather my kid watch Hoppers over Super Mario Galaxy movie 2? 1000%. This movie had substance, there was character development, there was plot, but it's like a Pixar movie, like this shit's supposed to hit, and it just didn't.
I don't have a dog in the Mario movie race. But we'll come back to that.
Sure, sure,
I
sure. Yeah, yeah.
guess.
Oh yeah, we are. True, 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 true.
We'll come back to that. But like, yeah, the premise seemed pretty like the Hopper's premise seemed pretty unoriginal to me because not just because of that movie, because I'm pretty sure not only the Brendan Fraser movie, but I'm pretty sure at least one more
Yeah,
has done that one.
yeah.
So
I mean, the whole
like
bit is like, the jerk dude wants to pave over the skate park and build a corporate, like a mall or whatever, and the band of kids are gonna stop him, but just replace skate park with regular park and band of kids
regular
with a bunch
part,
of beavers.
yeah,
So
yeah. Or you could just watch Angry Beavers. You could
yeah,
get that out of your system real
yeah.
quick.
Fern Gully went pretty hard.
You know, if you like, you want to, hey, if you got cable, turn on the Boomerang
Yeah,
right
it'll be
now.
there. It's probably
Do it.
airing as we speak.
It's
Yeah,
probably there right now.
yeah.
Or Boomerang will Boomerang or what's the other one that like hosts the other like that like collectively hosts all the other tunes that aren't old Cartoon Network shows. I forgot what that one's called. Um,
Tubi. I don't
but
know.
I don't know, but I see it on my dad's television or
Of course.
something every once in a while because I don't have the cable.
Yeah, yeah. No, no,
but
no, no.
yeah, go see that maybe. Go
Yes.
see that possibly. Maybe just get it out of your system. It's okay. Or unless you want to pay for the popcorn, then you do
No,
you.
I don't. And I didn't.
um, anything else there?
No, not really. It's my opinions. It's very funny. I can yap about um video games for hours. All the intricacies and stuff. But when it comes to movies and especially music, I tend to be just like a thumbs up, thumbs down type of guy. I really don't. I don't put much thought into it unless I like hate it. If I hate it, then sure. But there aren't very many movies I like
A
loathe.
true hater.
Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah,
true
yeah,
hater.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to the one we both saw, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah.
um, the drama. This is starring Robert Pattinson and
My boy,
Zendaya.
my girl.
This is directed and written by Christopher Borgli. I believe the name
I,
was.
I believe you.
Um, and if you've seen a trailer or if you're flipping to a trailer right now, it's probably going to seem like a pretty lighthearted, um, endearing kind of, oh, they're gonna get into trouble, like sort of like comedy about a wedding, possibly.
Hmm.
Um, well, this is where, if you would like to see the movie, this is where you would stop hearing us and skip forward,
Yeah, all time
so
stamp
that we can
actually.
talk about what the movie really is.
Yeah, yeah.
Starting now, I knew, except for the one trailer, I knew next to nothing about
Hmm.
this. To be quite honest,
Yeah.
and I went in there, and well, I was waiting for like I think it was like 10 minutes in. I was like, there has to be some sort of shoe to drop. Like that's when I started. I don't know when you start if you started feeling it at a certain point,
Mm.
but I was 10 minutes in. I was like, there has to be a shoe
Yeah.
of some sort.
It's an A24 film, you know.
It's an A24 film. Like, what is going on
Mm.
here?
Mm.
Like, like there's too much like, like we're talking naturally about all these things, and there's too much whimsy here.
Yes.
There's a lot of that happening, and I started feeling it probably about when we switched over to like the end of them working out the speech, or like after they switched to Zendaya, I was like, okay, I mean, sure, it's feeling like a Love Actually,
Yeah.
like a parody of Love Actually or
Yeah, yeah.
something, right?
Yes, yes.
But I don't know if you felt that in the first reigns there.
Um, yeah, I would say so. I think I think it was, at least for me, it was around when they saw the DJ taking a hit in the park, which is
Mm.
you know, pretty close to when the shoe ends up dropping, so probably later uh than for you. But you know, all I knew, again, I don't think I even saw a trailer of this film. All I knew was that
Oh.
distributed by A24, produced by Ari Aster. That one also made me, raise an eyebrow.
Oh, I did not
Yeah,
know it was produced by
yeah,
Ari
yeah.
Aster.
That's like yeah. I was like, something
That would
tells
have been
me.
a bigger tip
Yeah,
off
yeah,
than.
yeah, yeah. I was like, something tells me he's not suddenly interested in romantic comedies. So,
So I will recant how this goes down.
sure.
The way the general sort of feel of the first sort of, I guess, 20 to 30 minutes of the movie is that they're sort of recanting how Robert Pattinson and Zendaya met, and it's not what they call a meet cute, as it were.
Yeah,
And he's telling. I mean, there's a bunch of tales about like who they are, and like why would you react that way? Where he goes to like so Zendaya's like reading a book in a cafe, and then he's like at his like table, and he's like, oh, she's so cute, and then
true.
he
It is
goes to like
Zendaya.
he's like. No shade. It's true.
She bad.
It's true. It's truth. And he works up the courage. He gets up to like talk to her. He starts blabbering on. She has a headphone in her ear. She doesn't hear a fucking thing. She doesn't hear a fucking word he says. And then like what is it? He's talking like maybe 2 minutes until she realizes what's happening, and then she like takes off her phone. She's like, "Oh, you're talking to me?" He's like, "Oh, um, oh, I mean, no." And he's like, "I'm about to drop that shit.
Yeah, time to go.
I'm just
I'm gonna
gonna
think
go
about
home
this
and
in the
cry."
shower 4 years from now and cringe. Yeah,
And cringe. See, this is why the going up to some that shit is like personally, me personally, like the headphones are too ubiquitous and too
yeah.
small
That
nowadays. I
is.
might have not seen
Oh,
it.
that's funny. That is true. That is true. Maybe get a white pair. Well, dependent, I suppose.
Dependent, yeah, dependent. But not only did she have a headphone in her ear, she can't hear out of one of her ears. So she wasn't gonna hear that shit anyway.
Yeah.
So she's like, instead of like it being a cringe-inducing nightmare, she saves him, gives him the jaws of life, and goes, "What if we started that over again?" And he goes, "Oh, like over like you want me to like walk back to the table?"
Yeah.
He's just like, "Yeah, yeah, just go back." And then he walks his ass back to the table, sits down, and then walks over again, and then taps her on the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, I saw the book you're reading, the drama, uh, of right. I think it's called the drama, right?"
I believe so.
Um, and he's like, "Yeah, I love that book or whatever. I need to emphasize he's lying. He doesn't love that book. He doesn't
I
even
don't
know
think
what it
he's
is. He just
yeah.
Googled it at his table. And not only Googled it, no less, he was reading the AI summary, I think.
Yes.
Um,
Truly an evil tool
and
in every way.
that sets a tone for this guy. And so the rest of this is them recanting, sort of prepping his wedding speech, and then Zendaya doing the same on her end, with her friend, and they're doing the back and forth. The scene you allude to, which is they're talking about how they like were coming out of this place one time. They're walking at night, and then they see their would-be wedding DJ from across the block, from across the street, and they're having and she appears to be perhaps smoking heroin,
Indeed.
perhaps smoking some heroin. We don't know. They're just kind of guessing,
Yeah.
but it seems like she's doing some hard drugs, and they're like, oh, well, we should do something about her. Like, what do we do? And they're like, and they're arguing back and forth. Oh, well, like, what do we really have to do about that, right? And then it's them at the table at a would be dinner party for their wedding, between their best friends, respective best friends, um, and they're getting a lot of wine in them. They're getting a lot of wine in them. They're
Stuffed a
they're
little
getting loosened up.
the devil's liquid.
The devil's liquid strikes again, and they loosen up to the point where I believe it's Rachel who mentions it, right?
Yes, which
Rachel
is
mentions it, yeah.
purposeful for her to be the one.
Yes. Rachel mentions that, alluding to a story of her boyfriend there. And he's like, "Oh, it's like the worst thing you've ever done." And it's like, remember the dog story? He's like, don't say that, don't say that." And then they all start passing around the worst things they've ever done stories. Now these people are very drunk, at this point, and Robert Pattinson's character. This I don't know if this bothered you when he said, "Oh yeah, I did a little bit of cyberbullying."
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like ran some kid out of the town and he like moved away and everything.
Yeah.
And like they go, "Oh, that wasn't anything." We had whole specials about how bad that stuff was. The resurgence of the like the 2010s or something. What are we doing? What do you mean it wasn't that bad? He fucking left his town. He moved away.
I will comment on this further on.
The cyberbullying bit is crazy to me. How they all just went, "Oh, that's not it." I mean, I guess because it's so normalized now to do so anyway. But
Yeah.
but that's a crazy work anyway back then. But besides the point, it gets to he kind of waves it away. He goes, "I don't really know what the worst thing I ever done is," and then mentions that, and then passes the baton to Zendaya's character, Emma, and she says that she uh once not only thought about uh shooting up her school when she was younger, but she brought the gun to school and subsequently decided not to. And she didn't give much backstory at the dinner conversation,
Yeah.
but this elicited an immediate hostile reaction from Rachel, a confused one, from her boyfriend, and an even more confused one from Robert Pattinson's character himself. And they all start lobbing a bunch of questions at her. She gets incredibly stressed. She throws up. This blows up in their face, and the movie has now started.
Yes.
Now this is what the movie is really about. Now the orbit, or the closest orbit to her, are questioning her very what they really even knew about her and whether she is like reliably safe to be around.
Mhm.
Um, and this I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I had to shift in my seat. I don't know if you did that
Hmm. It is a very
when
uncomfortable
when
film
you got there.
overall. Yeah.
Yeah, I shifted in my seat. I was like, okay, I'm prepping for something else. Let me let me sit like this instead.
Hmm.
Um, I before like we get to sort of the rest of what happens, I gotta say the editor on this film is
Unreal, phenomenal,
unreal,
easy
incredible.
Academy Award dunk.
Like I couldn't believe like sort of there's a scene later where he's it's very much later. He's like in the bathroom, and as like he's I think it was he's brushing his teeth, or he's like attending to the wounds. He like the answering machine beep goes off in an effortless transition into the next like into the next thing on his seat. Like that shit is so crazy.
Yeah,
There's another the way they cut in and out, and I know why they're doing it, right? It's like a lot of like the way people remember things
yeah.
are fragments. It's fragmentary,
Also
right?
selectively at times.
Select very much selectively fragmentary, and they're picking out pieces and they're like stitching them together into the movie in a very like literal sense on honestly, but to its benefit. And that just works so well the way they so like they're using sort of kind of like they're skipping to the end of something to show you someone remembering something and using that template as a way to like sort of hit home more of the scenario to you, right? Like
Yeah,
very very effective.
yeah, yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. Absolutely.
um and I want to also point out the audio in this thing. Like there's a scene in the movie. It's she's like going to his room. It's when she has the knife.
Yes.
She's going to his room, and he's got his phone. Like his phone is like playing something. The audio was so good. I thought that was someone's phone in the theater.
That's pretty funny.
I dead
That's
ass
pretty funny.
I dead ass thought that was someone's phone. I was like, whose phone is that? And then when it switched the scene, I was like, holy shit, that was there. That's crazy. That's never fucking happened to me before. Never fucking happened to me. There's a great stuff with the DJ too. Well, two instances with I guess the DJs. One at the near the very end, and then one where they're playing the song, right? And it's like it's like and the song is actually good. One,
Yeah, makes
the
sense.
song is good, and two, the way they're like they sort of cut the song there as well, as they're looking onwards to her. Like there's a bunch of stuff about the like the technical sort of aspect of the filmmaking happening here.
Yeah,
Just incredibly top
yeah.
notch. I think the content. So
Hmm.
um so the thing that follows is that Robert Pattinson's character starts sort of having doubts about his bride to be, and the way this unfolds is it's like there's like only would you say there's like the one guy who's like, yeah, I'm normal, is Rachel's boyfriend, like the one guy who's normal.
Um, yeah. I mean, I would say so. He was the one. Um, he was he the one who his thing was like using his girlfriend.
Yes, as the human shield. That
Yes.
but okay, that shit was fucked up, but that shit is funny as
It
hell.
was. I mean, this movie was.
That's the one that was funny as
Yeah.
hell.
I mean, I would say this movie overall was extremely funny. Um, yeah, I would say Mike was probably the most normal out of all of them.
Yeah.
To give context for everybody else, yeah, he used his because they're all admitting the worst thing they've each done. He used his ex girlfriend as a human shield, as Al mentioned. Robert Pattinson's character cyberbullied a classmate, and then he moved away. And then Rachel's
I guess we should Rachel
Rachel is
mention.
the
We should.
most. That I mean, that is just like, and I mean, I think that's a point of the film. So Rachel locked her childhood neighbor, who has, I believe, some sort of mental impairment, if I recall correctly. She locks him or them in an abandoned trailer overnight, and come does she go and get them afterwards? I don't recall.
No, no.
Yeah.
The thing
Oh,
that
right, right.
happens is
Yeah.
that
They go
yeah,
find
yeah,
her.
yeah,
They find them, and I remember she explicitly said, I would have, went and gotten them if nobody else did," which is not delivered in a very,
convincing.
no, yes, thank you. That is the exact word I was looking for. It's not. It is not very convincing. I don't believe that. And like you mentioned, she's also the inciting incident. Um, and in that scene, they're all like comforting each other over what they've done. I believe they talk about being kids and like, oh, our brains weren't developed yet. But of
Hmm.
course, Emma does not receive any of the same grace, and judge her almost as if she were talking about something she did, the day before, basically.
Yeah,
So,
and well, hers is like what was it? The detail was something like she went home because she didn't know what to do, and then she waited so long that a search party that someone asked, oh, like when she got home, they were like, did you see him around or whatever? She's like, oh no, and then eventually they a search party had to be formed to find this kid, and they did eventually find him. And she's
thankfully,
like, "Yeah, I would have. I would have like told someone if no one found him."
yeah,
It's like, well, what does that mean?
yeah,
What is the time span of no one finding
yeah, yeah.
it?
Could have gone a lot differently.
But that is to say that Emma was not treated with the same grace.
Yeah.
And Emma was also visibly uncomfortable when she said that story. I do remember
Yes. Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
As well. But what follows is that like Edward Pattinson's character, like Robert Pattinson, Edward Pattinson. That's the Twilight happening there.
Yeah, you got fucking accepted my Twilight. That's really funny.
Robert Pattinson's I forgot his name honestly. Robert Pattinson's character. He's like the one I
I think
forgot his name.
it's Charlie. The problem is when you look at these
Charlie.
characters, it's like that's Robert Pattinson, bro, and that's Zendaya, and even Rachel is Alana. I believe Alana. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I think it's
Haim,
Haim.
right?
Yeah, which she is part of the. That's the band. The band name is
That's the
Haim. It's
band.
with her
Yeah, that's the
sisters.
band.
So,
Haim.
so it's like I know all these people, so it's difficult to separate them. They're all
Yeah,
very high
differentiate
profile.
there.
Yeah.
And the thing that follows is that like Charlie starts to kind of like just having this in his effort to like he starts asking her questions. He like basically asks her questions all day long. She throws up repeatedly on because this is her stress response, it seems. And she wants to stop talking about it. He's too curious. He's probing because he's it's like a mix of self preservation
Yeah.
and hypocrisy,
Yeah.
possibly. Well, you later. But he starts like gaslighting her.
Yeah. He does
He
indeed.
starts like gaslighting her. He starts going like, "Oh, you don't think that what about this event? You don't think that that event could have also been like maybe the cause? Maybe you want to go back to like a psychiatrist. Like he starts doing this shit,
Yeah.
right? And the stuff like where when he throws out the coffee mug that says what does it say, something shoot, what does it
I
say?
don't recall, but I do remember the
I don't
shoot
recall.
part.
Yeah, so the coffee mug has a gun on it, and it says something something shoot, and then he in the morning he like before she wakes up, he like throws out the coffee mug into the garbage. It's like a reflex, and she finds the coffee mug in the trash, and she's like, "Why'd you throw out the coffee mug? Why are you pretending like it doesn't bother you?" He's like, "I," and then he just lies. He just goes, "I didn't throw out the coffee mug. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't throw it out." Like he's just fucking trying to gaslight her. He's just
Deny,
lying. Like
deny,
it's like
deny.
deny. Like, and he's just fucking lying about this thing, and he just starts like he's coping so fucking hard on this. He just can't get it out of his mind. They you know this movie is obviously um what is like people have a lot of personal lines, and I'll say this, I can respect Rachel's uh feeling,
Hmm.
I would say,
Hmm.
not her reaction so much. Um, Rachel then says, I should mention this part. Rachel says that she has a cousin who was paralyzed from the waist down due to a school shooting.
Yep.
Um, and consults her cousin
Consults is
on
a
whether she
strong word.
uh,
But continue, continue.
it consults her cousin on whether she should still be the maid of bridesmaid. Is it bridesmaid or maid of honor? I forget
I don't know
what
anything
she is.
about romance, so it could be either.
Whether she should. He's like, it's
Couldn't
great.
tell you.
You know the
Haven't gotten that
basic
far.
structure. You know the basic structure. You know the basic structure. And consults whether her cousin, who was paralyzed from the waist down, whether she should still go to this wedding, right? Um, I should say that the so Charlie is slowly driving himself insane
Yes.
over
Yeah,
this.
he's having a meltdown. He's
Um,
crashing out, as the kids would say.
he's having a meltdown. He's like actually factually just like um what is that book? Wait, do you I need to ask you this. What about that book that had the guns on it, like the girls with guns in it?
Hmm.
Why did that just show up on his desk?
Uh,
Actually,
my assumption was that it's either not that wasn't like what he was seeing. It was basically just hallucinatory. Um, I, I obviously we can't confirm that. I'd have to go back and watch it again. It's mostly just him, same with the cup, like you mentioned, he's just becoming very hyper fixated on any gun related imagery, which you live in America, bro. Good luck escaping any of that. Sorry. We kind of like him here.
um, I got yeah, like something he probably wouldn't have batted an eye at,
Hmm.
like something he got in the mail, and then suddenly it's like he's immediately conspiratorial,
Yeah.
going, who put this on my desk? Was it? And then for a second I'm in his mindset. I'm like, was it Rachel?
That's what's effective about this film. It definitely gets you as paranoid. Like I said, very, very stressful film to watch at times.
Yeah. We so eventually, um, Rachel and Emma have not talked, and eventually she calls, and it's for a meeting of sorts. Charlie goes to this meeting, at Rachel's job, and they talk about the situation. He tries to explain like at this point he's coping less. He's like trying to be accepting,
Yeah.
but he's still in a very particular mode. Um, and he's trying to be accepting. He tries like sort of offering explanations as to why she would do this, and he goes, he tries to do the thing. He tries to go, well, look, like it's like America, and
Uh,
and then Rachel goes, oh, so it's America now. Which is highly funny,
yeah.
but I did in the movie theater. I go, oh yeah, oh yeah, it is, it is, it is, it is. God's and she doesn't. It doesn't matter that much. Also, she's like probably like a terrible coworker. Oh my god.
I mean, Rachel's a terrible person. That's very obvious from the outset. Like literally,
I wouldn't go so far as to say
I,
because I don't know because we don't get enough interiority, right?
but you can still
We
see
you
though.
know.
I mean, there's the aspect with first of all, she tells Zendaya, "Oh, you look ugly when you're crying," which one fucked up thing to say. True. Two, untrue. It's Zendaya. She will look hot doing anything. Like, you're just wrong, and that clearly is coming from a jealous place. Second thing, the whole aspect with like, oh, my cousin was shot, and so basically like morally grandstanding about that, but never interacts with her cousin like at all outside of this one specific instant, which they do I feel visualize that aspect. You know what I mean? And then
I know what you mean.
yeah, it, there's just this. There's something very exhausting about a person who cannot give grace in this instance, and like not giving anybody the ability to be redeemed. Even if we don't want to call her like a terrible person, I would certainly describe her as exhausting, irritating, and
Yes,
someone that I wouldn't want to be
irritating.
around. Because my thing
I
is,
wouldn't want to work with her.
yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't want
oh
to.
my
I could
god,
see in that job how terrible it is to work under
yes,
her. I could see it. I
it'd
was
be a
like, oh.
nightmare. But if you're somebody who believes in like rehabilitation, then you will never uh, be able to like stand Rachel. And I am one of those people, so I can't stand her.
I so the reason I say not with her actions is we'll get to that later, but essentially so they have this talk. Rachel has to go, so she has to cut the meeting short. Mike is trying to be the voice of reason. Bless his heart. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
bless his heart, but it's to no avail. Um, so Charlie leaves the building. As he's leaving the building, he sees the titular cousin in this respect.
hmm
And what happens is I can remember I remember reading an interview on Film Freak Central. I think it was the writer on it was Angela. I think this time, but they said something along the because they don't like the movie that much, and I'm fine with that. But they did make an analog that was quite smart,
hmm
which was that what's about to happen is like right before Larry David skit happens.
yeah,
Just like it's right there. It's almost a Larry. Like he almost like he's because he stops her chair. He stops her chair. So he sees her. He goes. He starts trying to talk to her. He goes, "Hey, like I am like a friend of Rachel's. Like we're the ones getting married." Or whatever, and he starts like trying to probe questions out of her
yeah,
to get an amenable result in the talk between Rachel and her cousin there. And he she goes she's like I'm actually getting uncomfortable. And then as she's like rolling away, he stops the fucking chair. I'm like, I said no, don't do that, don't do that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And it's like so it's getting so close to Larry David territory, like we're about to have a fucking situation of the highest absurd degree. uh and he stops short of it. He goes, wait, what am I doing, what am I doing? Like and like it's so funny, I could feel the cringe, like my body contorted in on reaction,
yeah,
just seeing that. It was
yeah, yeah. It's a cringeworthy. I mean, there's a lot of scenes like that. The speech at the end is I believe I closed my eyes. I believe I
oof,
closed my eyes during the
oof,
speech.
oof, oof. I I think I was looking away when uh it was when Rachel got up to speak. I was looking away like,
You're
oh, I don't
like,
want to know what this
like I want to get out of here.
I don't want to know what this is. But The thing that happens after that is that Charlie is, sort of wrecking himself thinking about this stuff, and um, the thing that happens, and I now just cut to the chase here. The way it's remembered is very interesting, because he has to remember it because he is face to face with them firing their wedding DJ,
Yes.
because of the alleged heroin,
Yeah.
that we don't really have any proof of, but the alleged heroin. And that's supposed to juxtapose with it's layered times three.
Yeah.
It's supposed to juxtapose with the fact that earlier in the day, Charlie was trying to explain to Misha what appears to be like a subordinate. I guess maybe I'm not sure, but it's a coworker or a subordinate of his at the art museum. Oh, by the way, this guy works in an art museum. We did not mention that. He's a curator. So take that as you will. But and also these I should say this is still like a romantic comedy in the traditional sense in a way,
Yeah.
because we're working at an income level that we really see a lot in romantic
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
comedies.
I mean, it's hard to feel bad for any of these people when they have money that I am unlikely to see in my lifetime, unless this podcast blows up. So if anybody wants to, help out in that regard, blow us up,
Blow us up,
then
get us a romantic comedy.
I don't need that. I just need the romantic comedy budget that these people are running on. So yes,
Or
you are correct.
operating under,
Yes, they are very
yes,
rich.
yes, yes, yes. So they operate up in, so they're very rich, respectively, and the thing that sort of happens here is that he's remembering earlier in the day when he's talking to his subordinate, and he goes, "Hey, what if hypothetically, like, there was someone, and they, thought about doing a shooting at a school, but and they brought the gun, but they didn't do it, right?
Mm.
They didn't do it." But he prefaces that with asking her, "What's the worst thing you've ever done?" And she says, "Cheating," and she describes how she cheated,
Yeah.
right, in detail as he's probing for questions there, and then he asks that, and then he breaks down as he does not get the answer that he wants because he's trying to simulate the conversation he's having with
Yeah.
himself and get an affirming answer,
Mm.
and it does not work because she goes, um. Well, I would just call the police right there, right? That's what you're supposed to do.
Mm.
And she says in a question tone,
Yeah.
and he goes, "No, it's not." And like just bangs everything, then storms
Yeah.
off to his
He
office or
loses
whatever.
it.
And
Uh,
then he's crying or whatever, right? Yeah.
I just wanted to say real quick. The interesting thing about that scene to me is that the premise is like inherently flawed in the sense that you weren't there. So what is the point of even asking this? You know what I mean? When he asked the question, what would you do if you found out that your boyfriend was like about to do a school shooting? That is not what your current partner is about to do. The whole point is that she
No.
never went through with it. Um, I just find that interesting that he framed it in this way, and he's so like
Yeah.
focused on this particular aspect because it's like that's not a thing you have to do. This is, I mean, I really the whole thing is it's that quote from The Good Place, which is it's like what matters isn't if people are good or bad, but if they're trying to be a better person today than they were the day before. And his hyperfixation on this aspect, on the thing that happened yesterday, is is interesting. Even like in terms of cheating, which I believe somebody mentions, that's like quote unquote the worst thing they've ever done. Which I don't know if that's true, but when it comes to cheating, people always would be like, oh, once a cheater, always a cheater. My feeling has always been, you know, once a cheater, you will never get to cheat on me again. But I hope you're a better person with someone else. It doesn't inherently mean that you are going to be a cheater forever. It's just the line that you draw for yourself, which I think you kind of
Mhm.
mentioned early on. So yeah, it's just it is interesting how he like reacted so strongly to that hypothetical, which it is. It's a
Yeah.
hypothetical for you and for this character.
Yeah, for it's a hypothetical, and he's framing it in such a certain way. Like, isn't it interesting? He doesn't even give he doesn't give the full context. So he strikes out the part where this is like the optimal example because like he makes the case to Rachel. He goes, well, there could be thousands or like hundreds of people out there who have thought about doing the same thing and they just didn't. They thought about doing a thing in this similar nature and it just didn't happen. They just chose to live life otherwise,
Yeah,
right? And he didn't frame it because we should talk about Emma's example.
yeah,
The way this happens with Emma is that Emma is sort of like she's like sort of saw the school shooting imagery. She saw stuff like Columbine. She saw how like it had a certain aesthetic to it. She thought it looked cool. She was pretty ostracized. She didn't have a lot of friends. She was a military kid. Is another point to sort of put on because so like the guns being like around her wasn't that strange, right? And she thought it was quote unquote cool, and there's a reason why it's important to frame to children like a bunch of that framing is very important to children,
yeah,
and how you present these things is and how you normalize these things are important to children. And you know what, all these goofy exercises they do, guess what, that shit works.
yeah,
You know why? Because kids are really malleable.
yes,
They're at a very malleable stage in their life. So Emma's about to do this, and then she's at school that day, and then another shooting happens at a mall, and then she sees the reaction on everyone's faces, and like the horror and people crying and people going, "How could someone do that?" and the admonishment, and she goes, "Well, I don't want to feel all of those things,"
yes,
and she doesn't do it.
hmm
She just doesn't do it because of that sort of like knee jerk reaction of, well, I don't want that to happen. And then it turns into, she meets that boy and he goes, hey, you want to join this thing? We're trying to do a thing like for gun control. And she becomes like sort of one of the main speakers. And then she becomes an activist. She's literally the gold star steel man
yeah.
example.
Yes. Do we allow for rehabilitation or do we not? And frankly, that it like doesn't even really almost doesn't apply in this instance either because she never actually, went through with it.
Yeah.
So like yeah, she eventually she and the whole reason she even was planning to go through with it is because of also, being bullied and her depression and all of that stuff. So that it is like you said, a complete turnaround.
All the usual suspects, in terms of what her
Truly,
motivations
we're
were.
all here, bro. We're
Um,
all here.
Shout outs to actually not reverse shout outs to Stephen King's terrible school shooting book. Those who
What?
know.
Oh my! Actually, no. Don't talk about it. I don't even want to hear it. I like all you have to do is say Stephen
This
King's
was
school
from
shooting
years.
book. That's all
This
I
is the
need.
book he wrote years ago.
Yeah, well, he
Years
wrote it
ago.
years ago too, and somehow we keep getting adaptations about that tend to skip one particular scene. I don't know why they do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we
They just, I
gotta.
was like, I don't. We're never gonna get an 100% adaptation of that book, I suppose.
I
Hmm.
wonder, I
Interesting.
wonder.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout outs to that, reverse shout outs. But like, so Emma's the steel man example,
Yeah.
and yet there's so much agonizing
Hmm.
over this. There's so much. And she's like the gold star for this. So he's crying in his office, Charlie, and the coworker Misha, she comes over. She's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And he's like, "No, no, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so, I'm such a wreck, so and so, so on and so forth." There's a bit of a lull in the conversation, and then he just starts making out with the
Sure
coworker.
does.
And then and then they start making out, and then she. Not, okay, this is important. I don't think I caught. I think my partner caught this. Later she goes, yeah, yeah, he took off my blouse and everything. Doesn't she take off the blouse?
Yes.
Doesn't she do
Yes. Yes. Correct. Again, it's about,
uh,
looking at the worst aspects of everyone else and somehow being unable to look at the things that you do that may or may not be so kind. So,
yeah. So Charlie, our titular collapsing piece of shit, just starts making out with her, and he goes, and then like full on, she lifts up her skirt. They're about to get down to business. He goes, no, 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 no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's really cringe. It's like it's super cringe. It's super cringe. I'm like, oh my god, man. Oh my god,
get
what
me
are you
out of here.
fucking
I'm gonna
doing?
walk out of the theater.
You fucking gaslighting piece of shit, like collapsing piece of shit. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? And in the same breath, they're firing the um the wedding DJ
Yep.
here.
Yep.
And not only it dawns on him, he's about to let the DJ off. He doesn't want to do it anymore. Why? Because he's feeling the weight of his sins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to do it anymore because what about him? But Zendaya, so this is interesting. Zendaya doesn't have the same interior, like she's not allowing the same grace because people just tend to not see past themselves and hold into, and like, they'll see empathy for me and not for thee, I suppose, right?
Mm-hmm.
um and so Zendaya isn't actually seeing past, like, this is kind of similar to, like in sort of a spiritual essence to the situation. She's just gonna start. She's deciding to do the firing, and then Charlie is sitting down, half crying, I guess. Um,
Yes.
and they fire the DJ. Um, it comes back on them for one good bit.
Sure does.
But what I will say is that another thing, the audio cues in this movie, where as soon as they learn that stuff about Emma, like Charlie starts, like, everything is like a bullet. Everything is like a bullet, like a flash is like a bullet, a sound is a bullet,
Yeah.
so
The
on and so
the
forth, right?
shutters of the cameras.
Yeah, the shutters of the camera, so good,
Yep.
so
Yep.
good, so good. Everything suddenly, so like the wedding is prime, like, sort of a location for this, right? And we're not even, we're gonna skip over the really, really, the most cringe inducing part of the movie, probably, which is when they first went to see the photographer. We're gonna skip over that because it takes too long,
Sure.
to describe.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Right?
you're not wrong.
But so we're gonna skip to the wedding day here. Obviously Emma does not know that Charlie just cheated on her. And then, Misha and Charlie agree to never talk about what happened, as it were. And the wedding day comes. We open on them getting, I now pronounce you husband and wife. And the reception kicks off. It's immediately the drama. The drama is here. The wedding isn't most of the trailer framed the wedding as the most important thing in the movie.
Well, they couldn't really use
Um,
anything else.
yeah, they couldn't use, yeah, yeah, but it's funny. Well, not really in the end, but the trailer certainly frames it that way. But the wedding kicks off, and I don't know if you remember. Does What happens first? Does the the it's Yes, okay, it's the DJ. The DJ thing happens first, right?
Yes.
So the great bit with the DJ, where the DJ, like, comes over, he's like, "Yeah, man, like, can you believe her?" And then Charlie's like, he's like fucking paranoid. He's like on one, and he goes, "Believe who? What? What? What are we?" he's like on one, and then the DJ with the beret no less goes, yeah, could you believe the DJ she didn't come? So their excuse was that the DJ didn't come, not that they fired the DJ,
Yeah.
the prior DJ, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, thanks. And then the DJ starts excitedly talking about like, oh, yeah, I have these wires or whatever, and the DJ has to show up and so on. He's like, yeah, hey Mike, could you handle this? And Mike's like, yeah, sure. And then the DJ starts talking. He keeps talking, and Mike's like, yeah, and like the closing in on Mike's face, and then it just being like, he's like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I just gotta fucking do it. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yep.
That bit is so fucking
It's
good.
phenomenal. I mean, it was certainly the hardest my theater laughed was that entire section. That and the photography, obviously.
Yeah. So the unfortunately Emma's also very paranoid. Um. I don't remember when she goes to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Do you remember when she goes to the bathroom?
I believe it is. I think it's like before the speeches and stuff.
She
But
goes to the bathroom for some reason, right? I forgot what it was.
wait, let me think. Um, I think. Oh, it's because Rachel gives that speech. I just remember she's drunk and she gives that very passive
Oh,
aggressive
so
speech.
Rachel gives it
Yeah,
first.
and
Yeah,
then
because Mike announces like, oh, like, it's time for the groom. He's like, wait, it's time for the maid of honor, actually.
yeah,
Instead, and he's muttering under his breath. He's like, I can't fucking believe this. I can't fucking believe.
yeah. He does not want to be part of this. Devin,
um,
very a big
yeah.
pushover of a man, but
Yeah, I don't expect that relationship to last that long after this.
no.
I think those are one of those events that even if they're not directly related to you, probably reveal certain things
Yes, yes,
when you're a part of them.
yeah.
But so Rachel does her speech. Rachel shows up at all. So that what that means is that
She's
the
a
cousin was fine
shitstone.
with it.
Yes, also true.
And she might have been like, we can only infer, really. We can only speculate. But the cousin was like, yeah, go. Like they weren't like outraged or something.
Mm-hmm.
It seems.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is my feeling personally is that she was just outraged on her behalf for whatever reasons. But she goes, and that's left unsaid. That it's funny that that's left unsaid. But she says her speech. It's very it's very Emma knows what it means, so it feels bad for her, but for everyone else, it's just kind of perplexing. It's just a confusing speech to hear from her, from that kind of event. And then subsequently, Emma goes to the bathroom. Is kind of like needs to not to go, but she goes to drink. She goes to drink some liquor, and then she goes to the bathroom. Right in the bathroom, she hears I couldn't the person who went out of frame so quickly. I can't tell, but like someone goes out of frame and Misha's standing there waiting for the bathroom. The coworker, Charlie's coworker, and she overhears from inside the bathroom. She overhears like, oh yeah, like she, I heard she shot up to school. I can't believe that or whatever. Or she almost shot up a school. And she comes out of the bathroom and she goes, oh, who were you talking to? And she's like, no, I mean, no one. I'm not really. And I forgot, who did she say she like was talking to? Did she say it
I
actually?
don't believe it is. I don't know if she explicitly says it, but it's the DJ, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Um, I think so, but like she walks away and then like Zendaya's like paranoid as hell. Misha thinks obviously that it's about Charlie, and when she sees the suspicion and she's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
She's like, oh brother, I don't want to be a part of this. but she's in it now. And then um, what is the sequence of events like? Emma like pulls away Charlie
Yeah.
and thinks that okay, someone knows. You need to find out who. It's Misha. You need to bring Misha over here.
Mm.
And he's like, no, 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 no. We don't got to do that. Well, subsequently, Emma brings in Misha,
Yeah.
and this is unfortunate. She goes okay. She starts talking first. Unfortunately, Misha starts talking first. Unfortunately for Charlie, and she reveals that he cheated on Emma, and she goes. Zendaya goes, shut the fuck up. Keep talking, and that happens, and that is revealed, and they all have to walk out of the room, um, appearing okay,
Continuing the wedding.
but to continue the wedding. Unfortunately, I didn't even. Did you even see Charlie drink that much? I know he drank like 2 glasses of wine. I saw
Uh,
2 glasses of
you
wine,
could be a
right?
lightweight. I don't know anything about alcohol, so I couldn't tell you how much would allow
Yeah.
you to get that drunk.
I'm assuming like the percent, like whatever the percent of that alcohol was. I only saw him drink 2 glasses, so unless he was drinking off screen, I'm like, damn man,
Yeah,
already.
you could be a lightweight. Does stress get you drunker faster? I don't know if that's a dumb
I don't
question.
even
Okay,
know.
okay.
I don't think so, and not as far as I'd say. But like, so it's time for Charlie's speech, and he gets up on the podium. Not the podium. They just stand up. Quite honestly,
Yes.
and he. So I should say he deleted. This is one of the worst things Charlie did in the entire movie to me. Um, he was in his thing thinking about Emma or whatever, and he deleted his entire speech about her.
Yep.
He deleted the whole fucking thing.
Hmm.
Just garbage. Just.
Wait, why does that sit so strongly with you?
But we're right. We right. We right.
Ah, okay.
We right.
Uh-huh.
And for him to just delete everything about her that he thought like he just goes, yeah, this changed everything about her. I'm deleting all of it.
Yeah.
All of it?
Yeah.
All of it?
Well, I mean
Brother?
that is sort of, the point, right? Like it is just
Yeah,
like,
that's the point I know.
no.
But for him,
Yes. It is funny to me that you're like, come on, bro. Some of those words could have still been used. It's like when artists throw away their sketchbooks from when they were kids and then they miss it afterwards.
yeah. Like, no, what are you doing?
You're gonna look
What are you
back at this
doing?
nostalgically. But in this particular instance, it was a disastrous move because
Because Charlie is so drunk. His like his words are slurring. I can actually barely understand like how he's going. How how Robert Pattinson's like doing the drunk accent.
yeah,
Um, I can
it's because
barely
he's the
understand him,
goat.
and
Just kidding.
he's the
He
goat.
is good
He's
though.
the goat.
He's
He
pretty good.
plays. He's pretty. He's good. I mean, like I don't know. Did you see Mickey
Of
17?
course, he was great in that
Yeah, you
too.
saw Mickey 17. Yeah, he's the accents he puts
Yeah,
on. It's
yeah. Is he British? Every actor is British because we don't
he's
fund the
British.
arts.
He's
He is British, right?
British.
Okay, I forgot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He had that terrible. I remember I was looking through his discography for a box office game, and he had that. He had that one. This was before he did Twilight. He had that one thing when he was a kid. He did. It was like he was with this really famous British actor, opposite this famous British actor when he was a kid or something.
Hmm.
And I saw a trailer of this movie, and I was like, oh my god, that looks like dog shit. But I guess you gotta get so you gotta go
You gotta
somewhere.
start somewhere. You gotta start
You gotta
somewhere.
start somewhere. It looked like dog shit. He was wearing like one of those like what how do I say like Newsies hats, right?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
wearing one of those
Extra,
Newsies hats
extra.
and like one.
Hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But like yeah, the trailer like dog shit. But like you gotta start somewhere, and yeah, we don't fund the arts, so it's gotta come out of somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But so he's slurring his words. He says something along the lines of, "Oh, and the sex was so good."
He sure does.
It's just just disaster, just bomb, just I no man, just I don't even know how you I like he tried to recite like the first paragraph of the speech, and then skipped to like what I assume is like the fourth one,
Hmm.
and then gave up.
Yep. Then he brought up his cheating, which is funny because I
Yep,
don't even
and then
think
he
it was
brought up that he's
24
cheated.
hours before he was like, "Don't bring this up. We'll never speak of this
Nope.
again." They both spoke about it quite frequently afterwards.
Immediately.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't tell
Immediately.
Waka.
And
I gotta tell Waka.
I gotta tell Walker. Hey brother. Hey brother.
No, 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 no. Please, we can't start doing. We can't start doing walk KKK right now. We
No,
haven't even
no,
gone to the
no,
news yet. No, no, no.
no. But yeah, so unfortunately, like, he bombs spectacularly. He reveals that he cheated, and then uh, Misha's boyfriend, who is in the audience right now, goes what? And walks over to Charlie and headbutts him. At least as far as we see, the opening move is a headbutt. He started with that round start.
Not what I would use
Um,
personally, but
but it gets the point
never had
across.
anybody admit that they were cheating on my partner or cheating with my partner. So who knows? Maybe I'd open to
You
the
know,
headbutt too.
but yeah, it's but she so the body language and the things they say in the midst of this exchange is funny because uh Misha goes, whoa, 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 like it's blowing up in her face because she obviously was going to willingly cheat,
Yeah.
you know, with him, but she's like, whoa, 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 I was just trying to save face. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's calm down, calm down, calm down, hold on. And as soon as he's headbutt, we kind of just cut to him in his apartment. It has been a disaster of a night.
Emma
He
has
throws
disappeared.
up also. Emma has disappeared.
Yep.
She walks out of the venue. No one knows where she is. We don't even know what the hell became of the rest of everything else. Uh, what is the song that starts playing? That he starts playing? I wasn't recognizing it,
I don't
but
know. I don't know. There are a lot of good
he
songs in the
he
film.
start yeah he starts playing a certain song to like pep himself up. It's like, yeah, yeah, it's gonna be all right, and he throws up on himself. We cut to him going to this burger joint. That Emma sort of had the idea that Emma earlier in the film she wanted to sort of just go to this burger joint instead of doing like a fancy thing,
Yeah.
right? And he orders a Diet Coke and a burger. Sits down, and Emma sort of walks by him, orders something in unaudibly, and sits and asks him if she can take a seat, and he goes yes. Um, so I don't know what do you think of this part?
Hmm.
Well, like I know like sort of academically, like yeah, I know what it's doing. I know why she sort of sits back down, and I like as a message why she sits back down, right?
Hmm.
But what do you think like here so fresh from it? I suppose.
Um, I mean, I think it worked personally. Um, I think uh, let's see. Um, I think like the movie doesn't work if they don't do this, if they don't like reintroduce each other like they're meeting for the first time, because if it doesn't end in such a way that um, Emma doesn't show him the grace he didn't show her when he figured out her secret, then what was the point of any of this? You know what I mean? Like why even make the film if that makes sense? Um like I've seen people be like, "Oh, I thought it was a hallucination or whatever," and it's like first, like why does that aspect have to be a fantasy? You know what I mean? Why does that have to
Hmm.
be like an impossible thing to happen? the whole point is that she is, you know, the I guess quote unquote the bigger person. Um, like it though showing that she forgives him enough to start over again. I think it's also uh it's them, they can move past this, I guess. Like they've both given their worst moments, and he has currently done the worst thing he's probably done since he cyberbullied that kid. And so it's like, okay, like, I guess now we're going to start over. So
Mm. I I've not heard. It's funny. I hadn't heard some when people thought it was hallucinatory.
bro,
I don't think
everybody thinks
there's
of
only.
everything's a fucking dream because media literacy is dead. Like, what part of it doesn't make any, like, first of all, it wouldn't make any sense because up to this point, every hallucination, so to speak, or fake scene has been before the reality. Like that whole time, the point where she's like, Emma is basically dreaming about how she wished her partner would have reacted to the news in terms of like comforting her and everything, and then it hard cuts to the reality of them sitting across from each other very uncomfortably. So why would they flip
Mm.
that on its head at the end? That is inconsistent with what the rules of the film that I believe you have also watched. Like, so it doesn't make any sense for them to suddenly switch it up like that. So whether you agree with whether that works or not, or even whether you agree with like, oh, this relationship will continue afterwards, that's an entirely different thing. But it wasn't fake. That scene absolutely occurred.
Yeah, I didn't get. I assume people for some reason forgot the rest of. Well, my read on that is that people forgot the rest of the movie and just paid attention to the way the editing, like, kind of happened.
Hmm.
Because I can see a world in which you forget the for some reason you forget the rest of the movie and you only pay attention to the way, like, it feels like, because the editing at that point is like working in a very sort of like slipshod manner because he is like haggard
Yeah.
very visibly. And I can see the vision if you didn't pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
suppose.
That's again very
um
charitable, but continue.
but I guess, like, I would say, you know I like my thing. I'm like, maybe she sat back. I mean, it's not. I'm not mad that she sat back down. I'm mad that I'm not mad either way. But I'm like, did you sit back down too fast? Could you have Could you have, like, I don't
Let
know,
him sweat a little bit.
let him sweat a little bit, like.
I mean it makes sense in the context of a film. I guess they could have spent more time of like, give it a week or something, as
Yeah,
opposed
like, I'm like,
to,
yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy. You sat back down that fast? Wow. I mean,
No,
sure, but
that's fair. That's fair. It's up to
um,
each individual person when "Let's Start Over" gets to become the conversation or the next step that you take. I probably
yeah.
would need more than 24 hours, or really, yeah.
That wasn't
I
24
know
hours.
more
That
than
was
more
like
than four.
four.
But brother, you can get away with a lot when you look like Robert Pattinson. That's my
I
assumption.
guess so. I guess so. I guess so. But, like, I had, like, a slightly different, like, cause, like, I know that part, right? The part of, like, she's offering the same grace for something he actually one something he
Followed
actually did.
through on, yeah.
Yeah, right. Um, and um, like, I actually also think cause she can see visibly how he has run himself into the ground thinking of this situation.
Yeah.
And I actually also think this is part guilt, honestly. I think this is also
For
some, like,
her.
guilt of, yeah,
Yes,
for
yeah,
her.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think she sits back down also because she's like, oh man, like, I can see,
I
like,
deserve
visibly
this.
on your face, like, what you did also. Like, I like so I it's not just like, yes, it's giving the same it's giving the same grace there, but it's also like they are kind of like intertwined and sort of like in this way of like I have like I put you here, like cause she visibly like throughout the movie, like later she's like, you have to stop thinking about this, like it's it's not doing good for you, like it's he can't get it up, he can't do work, he just stops functioning after after a certain point throughout the week. um and I can see a world in which like it's to me it's like a bittersweet deal because yes, like there's a lesson in sort of like offering that sort of olive branch, but also you know she probably feels responsible
Yes. Yep.
in a
That makes
way
sense.
that in a way that I don't think she should, but I can tell she does.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I agree
You
with that,
know.
and I agree with that interpretation. It is part let's start over, and part I don't really have a choice. Effectively, she's also never had a serious relationship with anyone else. I believe they recall.
Yeah.
He is like the only thing she knows, and if there's one thing I know about people, it's that they are more comfortable generally with the known, even if the known is bad for them, than to strike out back into
Mm-hmm.
the unknown. So when it comes
Yeah.
down to it, sometimes it's just like we doing anything different would be too difficult. So let's just keep doing what we're doing, even if it's not healthy for us. In this instance, I guess they could work it out. I feel like my line with Charlie would be like, I think we should not do this anymore. But I'm also not normal, so I don't know if we can take.
I mean, I think many would agree with you, but
No, that's fair.
there are dozens of us that say.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, that's the drama. Honestly, like I think it is uh within our circles perhaps not divisive. I think this movie would be like if it was, but because this is A24, so it's not gonna like hit crazy. I don't think, but like I think I think this movie is
yeah,
divisive, but people don't know it
yeah.
at the outset.
Yep. I've seen. I think the Boston Globe gave it like 0 out of 4 stars. I find it
Mm,
interesting that there is so much criticism in the depiction of this would-be school shooter, in the sense that um, I've seen a lot of like it shouldn't be like filmed at all. Like it's tasteless to do this and everything. Now, that's interesting to me because not only am I a person of color, I'm a person of color from another country. And if there's one thing that American film loves to fucking do, it is, put to film the worst things that have ever happened to a particular country, usually caused by America in some way, and then monetizing it for profit. So yeah, I've seen this also ironically with Mickey 17. People, a lot of people were like, it hits too close to home or whatever. And for me in this instance,
really?
yes. Yeah, I've seen a lot
Mickey
of that.
17?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. People being like, yeah, let's just like, oh, I don't want to, basically, I don't want to think about this. And for me, it's very much a how the turns have tabled situation. It's very much like, oh, so when it's you, or when it's your particular culture being filmed, it's interesting that you're so critical about how uh, something is being portrayed. The director, I believe, is Norwegian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense that he would be interested in America's absolute uh, unbelievable obsession with guns, the gun culture in America, our inability to stop school shootings from happening because of systemic reasons that at this point I'm not sure this country will ever be able to reconcile. Like that, I mean, I understand why you would make this film with this particular aspect in mind. I don't think I wouldn't really, I personally wouldn't call it like tasteless. I feel like tasteless is a very strong word to use. I think
Tasteless weapons was last year.
yeah. Yeah, but that's metaphor and people don't understand that shit. They're literally floating gun in the sky and people are like, "What was the
Floating
what did
gun
that
in the
mean?
sky, man.
What
Floating
was that
gun.
about? What was the point?" Um like I don't get yeah, it's just like I feel like yeah, you're I think characterizing this as tasteless is kind of silly in my opinion. You could not like it. Um I feel like that's almost kind of the point is, you know, where do you draw your personal line with what you are willing to accept from another person's past? Yeah, but to claim that it was like insensitive, so, like Saving Private Ryan exists. Every Call of Duty that has taken place in Arab countries exists. These things can be turned into entertainment, and this is significantly more thoughtful than any of the things I just mentioned. So,
Yeah, yeah. Definitely more thoughtful than the Jarhead sequels, certainly. Shout outs.
Bro said, what fucked up thing can I bring up this episode?" Hmm.
Well, no, that was the Stephen King book before. That was the
Oh, is
Stephen
that what
King
it
book.
was? Is that what that
Well,
book is? I don't
no,
actually
no,
know.
no, no. That's the fucked up thing of the podcast, probably, where I
Oh, I see
regale
what you
you with
mean. I see what
psychic
you mean. Yeah,
damage.
yeah, yeah. No, that yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I immediately already wiped it from my memory. So, so
you just you just
yeah,
and
yeah. No,
blocked.
I'm gonna put that away, nice and
Put
clean.
that away. But
Yeah, Jarhead,
but
Jarhead, Jake
yeah,
Jill and Jarhead. I remember.
Jake Gyllenhaal. That's the one. That's the one. I
2005. They were
actually
so quick.
they were yeah, yeah, very quick. Well, that was the Jarhead is based off like a memoir
Yes.
by an actual guy, and then the Jarhead sequels are all just sequels to be sequels. They're just pumping that shit
Yeah.
out. Just
Field of
pump that shit
Fire, I
out.
believe.
Just
They made a bunch. I think like very recently. I think at least as recent as like 2019 or 2020. So,
just pumping that out, man. Just yeah, whatever. Just have it be like I don't know, Jarhead. What's a Jarhead? That's what those movies are.
yes.
Unfortunately, they're not thought for, considered, or anything. It's just put a sequel out because we need the money. Put something on the DVD or the streaming service or the theater. I don't care.
Yeah.
Hooray. But the drama, I think I think you need to watch this one for probably best editing
Yep,
or
for
best
sure.
sound design next
Yeah, I
year
think both of those are free.
in Oscar nominees.
Yeah.
Like very very just masterful handle on how they've put all of this together. Honestly, is how I would frame it. But yeah. Any all right. Do you wanna move on to do you wanna just skip what we've played
Yeah.
or do we wanna just get really
I
fast?
mean,
Just a
sure.
quick 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, we can do it real quick. I'll time you.
Oh yeah, that's very good generous of
All right.
you.
Feel free to start.
Okay. So I beat Silent Hill F. Um this is a we could do an hour on this
Uh
if we wanted to.
uh
But no. But like I would say story wise, it didn't win best story at the Game Awards. I know we don't care about the Game Awards or whatever. I think I had only beaten one playthrough by that point. I think I was like, that's crazy. How didn't it get best story at the Game Awards? That's kind of fucking crazy.
yeah.
And now I would say this more so than
Now that you've
before.
finished everything.
Now that I finished everything, I will say that I think the game should have been felt good to play the first playthrough. I think that should have happened the first
Instead
playthrough.
of ramping up,
Is
so to
what
speak.
instead of ramping up to it because by the time I'm ramping up, I'm running through everything anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Really, I can just run past most enemies if they're not a boss.
Hmm.
So it doesn't like the combat doesn't matter anymore. I'm indulging it because I'm a freak, and I'll do that. But like, and I'll go, yes, I can do an Omomori build where I counter you once, and then I stack that with my stamina, so that means I can hit you more, and then that means I use this Omomori, so that means you get more damage while you're stunned, so I kill you in like 2 hits or something. Like, yes, I'm a freak, so I'll experiment with that. But largely, there's no real reason for me to do that because they patched the game so you just run through everything. And I think while I like that they did that, it is a band-aid.
Yeah.
It's a band-aid for the problem that the game, to be quite honest, for the first 2 playthroughs was not interesting enough to play. In mechanically,
Hmm.
really.
Hmm.
It takes too long for you to get all your slots for the Omamori and for you to get enough. They lock entire mechanics behind the second half of the second
Ah,
playthrough.
you got near automated.
But Nier feels good to play
Yeah,
immediately.
well, they can't all be platinum games, Al.
I no, they can't. But you know what? They you gotta fucking aspire or something
Sure, sure. He said try your
because
best.
try your best because I'm playing like my friend is playing Near Replicant or Near Replicant version 1 point something something something, and like he's having the same exhaustion I am
Hmm.
because he has to do it again.
Yeah, and that game does not feel as good
it,
as Automata.
no, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's in spite
No, it
instead of
doesn't.
because, which yeah,
Yes,
but I've played a
is what
couple
I would
things
say
like
about
that.
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like a tremendous visuals, just like a beautiful game. I have a bunch of screenshots that I usually collate into my own document at the end, and I choose what I keep. Just a tremendous looking game, masterful handle on where it wants the camera to be, uh, a beautiful framing, uh, great voice acting. They're knocking it out of the park, honestly. On that one. They're so good about the little details on the second playthrough. In terms of that, unfortunately, not enough changes happen on the third or fourth. Is what I would say. And that like basically like not that much is different except for the last 25% of the game, really, in the subsequent playthroughs. But like the resolution of how Hinako sort of resolves these troubles within herself is very self aware, and it's interesting that there's something to be said about how what I would say is how of 2 minds she still is at the end, as a hint for those who know, without spoiling. Um, but yeah, I think a tremendous story. Like a return to form for this Silent Hill. Uh, after the disaster that was the message.
Oh yeah,
You know.
I forgot that was like
Yeah.
the last major thing.
Oh yeah.
Wild note to end on. Uh, Before
Absolutely wild.
F.
But the message is we'll probably who know when the next thing comes out. But I think the message had the right idea of yes, Silent Hill should be set other places, and it was interesting where the message was set. I believe was it oh man, I don't want to get this wrong, but it was an Eastern European country, I think, to my
The
memory.
message?
Um, yeah, the message
Uh,
was it Eastern European, I think, or was it Southeast
I
Asian?
forgot.
I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting. But it was set somewhere else, and they had the right idea of yes, this can be interesting, and you can bring up different cultural touchstones that will you feel unique and have really like fleshed themselves out if you let them. But the message did
Wait,
not
wait, wait, wait. Which
accomplish
one?
that stuff.
Are you talking about the short message, the
The
2024
short
one? Okay,
message,
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
The short message. The
Sorry,
short
sorry.
message. That's the free one.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, but um, but like yeah, like it had the right idea. Execution was abysmal.
Yeah.
Just it might as well have been Slender Man the 8 pages. like
Not how you
to
want
be
your
quite
games to
honest.
be, compared, I would say, in 2024.
But yeah, nope, nope, you don't. And remember when Slender Man, the actual 8 pages came out as like a full priced thing. You
No,
remember that?
no.
Yeah,
Cool.
that
I'm
was
sure it
not
was
good.
great. Oh, never mind. Didn't even have enough time to be sarcastic in this moment. That's funny. That's funny.
I can't give you that time when it was really just that mediocre.
Sure, sure.
Um, like this really puts into full force and probably will propel whatever Team Silent is now at Konami, or if they're called that. I don't know if they're called that anymore. But this will propel them, I think, to probably go somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I Ryokishi has a an obvious like bias, one, and two, knowledge of the subject like matter consulting he did with actual women, right?
Oh, I
But
mean, now I'm gonna read the quote. You know, I'm gonna read the quote, right?
oh yeah, read the
Have
quote, read the
you know
quote,
the
read
quote
the
I'm talking about?
yeah, 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 read
Wait,
the quote.
let me pull this shit up real quick, because
Yeah, because he he's listening and learning.
he
He's
quite.
listening and learning.
This is the most. It is truly the most like, uh, uh, I'm listening and learning moment that I've ever seen from a developer. Um, what did he say? Let me find it. Okay. Uh, Oh yeah, he said, "My understanding is that the horror fan base tends to skew towards men, and in the eyes of men, the opposite sex can be something that conjures in them a variety of contrasting emotions, from endearing to terrifying. I feel that women are often featured in Japanese horror as characters or themes because the emotions that surface as a result of their existence become the sources of intricate drama." And then he said, this is the real kicker here, the the 3-star landing. For me personally, the opposite sex (parentheses women), which is the funniest part to me, is something that I respect, revere, befriend, and fear. Something that I am enamored with, forever scared of, yet fascinated by. To this day, I have penned several stories that fall under the horror umbrella, but not one would have been able to complete without the existence of women. That it is that just it's perfect.
just just wow. Wow.
It's so funny. Bro is truly a writer.
We got a woman lover
I will
over here. We
say,
got a woman
did
lover.
you know that he was previously a social worker? Yeah,
No.
that's why he writes under a pseudonym, is because he doesn't want those two things to be connected, particularly like the people he worked with and everything. Um, which makes sense
Oh.
because if you think about like Maria and Rosa, not to get into spoilers from another game, I won't even name it, but it's very that stuff felt very like I've seen this before, and when you get that that tidbit of him having been a social worker, it makes perfect sense, and I do think that shows up in the writing of Silent Hill F as well. So yeah,
Yes. Yes. I'm thinking back to some conversations with certain older figures.
no,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
I guess huh. I mean, yeah.
It's gonna recontextualize a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking about other his other
Yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean,
Okay.
I get it.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
I'm also
Yeah.
afraid of women that are gonna press L3 and R3 at the same time. So
Oh
very
no,
scary.
no, don't press that.
Please
No.
don't install.
And then that fucking TikTok with the wolf.
Yeah, yeah, sitting like lean. Yeah, brother.
Oh god, but yeah, the story wise, tremendous game. I think it's longer than other Silent Hill games, so it's felt more than the other ones. In this respect, I think
Yeah.
like it plays the best out of all of them, but it's longer in every playthrough
Mm-hmm.
than the other ones. So Like, because if you know, like, Silent Hill 1 or 2, 3 or 4, like, if you know what you're doing, like,
It's Resident
it's
Evil
it's
length.
like
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's not a problem, and you can run it here too. But like the game, like, absolutely wants, like, unlike the other Silent Hills, it wants you to engage in the combat.
Yep.
It really wants you to.
A source of
But then they
contention for
patched out the
babies.
reason for me to, you know, do the combat.
Right. Right.
So, well, but yeah, like, I think it's a tremendous return to form, and I'm very curious to see what they do next. When whether Ryukishi is a part of it or whether they have to turn to another writer. Uh, in this
We'll
respect,
see. I bet he'll stick around.
but yeah, that's the important thing I played this week.
Bet. For me, I've been playing Vampire Crawlers. I was actually playing it right before we started recording, and yeah, truly, I was really like into my veins directly. I was like really pushing it. And if I hadn't finished the run before we were supposed to start, I would have delayed this podcast to finish that run because it is truly that good. I am not that big of like a Vampire Survivors guy. Like I like it, but um, Crawlers is significantly more my speed. And interestingly enough, it is very close to um, the combat of another game that nobody played, but that I really wish they would, which is Boton Kaitos 2. For anybody who doesn't know, Boton Kaitos actually means Belly of the Beast, which was pretty cool for me when I was a
Wow,
child.
you found a way to mention bait and
Yeah,
Kaitos,
yeah,
huh?
yeah. We listen.
Mm.
I said in episode 0, if we can get people to hop on that shit that nobody cares about, then we're doing our job. So, um, but it is very similar in that sense because every card has like a numerical value to it. And as you combo them, a 0 card, a 1 card, a 2 card, their effects increase, and then there are wild cards that you can use to basically reset that ascendancy. So you can do, 0 1 2 wild card 0 1 or 0 1 2 wild card 4, that sort of thing. That's where a lot of the synergy and building is based around. It is fantastic. There's a demo, but I feel like uh, everybody has already bought it. I think it's at overwhelmingly positive on Steam, and last I checked, I believe there were like 4,000 reviews, and it will only
Oh wow,
increase as time goes on.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. The other thing that I've been playing, which is even more like freak shit, is a game called Super Robot Wars OG Saga Endless Frontier. Do you know
Mm,
this one? OG Saga?
I do not, but yeah, it's Super Robot Wars.
Yeah.
What is the difference
So
here
this is a monolith
exactly?
soft game, and it basically the quickest way to describe it is that it's like Project X Zone in terms of its combat system. But instead of being a turn-based strategy game, it's just a JRPG. You get random encounters, and then in that random encounter, you do the combo system. Basically, the whole goal is to chain attacks as much as you can to, you know, do cool shit. This game is already significantly better than Project X Zone to me from a mechanical perspective. The main reason is
Mm.
because you actually have a reason to do these long ass combos. You do them in X Zone for like damage basically and not much else. But in this game, if you drop the combo, then the enemies can go into like a emergency evasion type of thing. So
Oh, I
you
see.
can't like extend your combo anymore. So you actually want to make sure, in particular, because the enemies are they hit hard. They will punch the fuck out of you if you're not careful. And the other thing that's cool about it is that the enemies have different weights. Some characters are heavier, some are lighter. So you have to like time your combos differently. So you're actually like using your brain and not just um, doing the same like bread and butter basically. You actually have to like
Yeah, B&Bs that you would normally do,
yeah,
and then, like, if you but in Project X Zone, if you, like, bother to, like, go out of your way,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You could also fall into the same, like, yeah, I'm just gonna do the same combo
Yeah.
over and
Yeah.
over,
There's not much to think about.
as well,
Yeah.
right?
So in this one, if a character's heavy, you might pull out your support character at a different time than you would if they were light. It's been very fun. I'm like 4 hours in. I've been enjoying it very much from a mechanical standpoint. The issue that I have, and
Oh,
this will definitely be a what do you call it? The it'll be a line for some people that I completely understand. This game is so fucking horny. It is like so etchy coded, and it's
ah,
really irritating. Uh,
I
I've never
see.
seen so many like badonker jokes in a video game in my life. Like
But
true
dunk,
dog. The badonkers. I've seen
but
like yeah, I've seen
donkadonks.
Princess Breasts. I've seen there's a character named Kaguya. One character calls her Kabubia at one point. Just just
Kabuki, oh
nonstop. Now
brother,
I have
oh
been forged
brother.
in the fires of this bullshit, so I am just mashing A, making sure that I know where the next
Yeah, yeah,
area to
it's like
go is.
washing over. It's like washing over you at this
Yes,
point.
yeah,
Like,
completely understand if anybody doesn't appreciate that aspect. I mean, I don't appreciate it. I'm dealing with it. I'm just doing it for the combos and because Cosmos is a playable character and I love her. So, um, the other thing that makes it a little bit easier to stomach is that I actually like the a lot of the character designs in this game. Not all of them. Let me make that very clear, but a lot of them because a lot of them are very because it's Super Robot Wars and a lot of these games are the crossover characters are like old as hell, so you get to see 90s like cat girls before they got GMO'd, and when they were more feral and like actually looked like adult women. So that's appreciated, I guess you could say. um,
Pharaoh is a word for it,
yeah,
I
yeah. I mean, like
suppose.
literally, like they looked more like an actual. They looked like they would destroy your room and steal all of your alcohol. Like,
Yeah,
is
not just every hello every nyan, you
yeah,
know.
yes, exactly. Yeah, they had like personalities and things like that. So those designs are great. There are other designs I am not fond of whatsoever. Um, but when it comes down to it, as long as I get to do uh, these cool combos, then I'm able to just, push this aside. I heard the sequel is less horny, but it's like directly connected, so I can't play that one until I finish this
Oh,
one.
oh, because yes, because it's an RPG now.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
There's like story beats that are that will make it difficult to even understand what's going on if I don't play this one first. So I will report back. But other than that, yeah, it's been those are pretty much the two things that I've been playing. So
first for crawlers,
mhm.
like, how much do you think he could jam into this game, Vampire Survivor style? Like what, like the shit you think he would add if he were to, like, yeah, I'm just gonna go hog wild on this one too. Actually,
I mean, you could probably do the same amount. I fully expect to see collaborations and everything because there are like crawler cards, those are like the characters basically, and they're the ones that you start with one. You can unlock the ability to have three at once, and these basically are what comprises your deck. Each crawler has a very specific ability attached to them, something like this isn't like exact, so don't quote me, but like
mm-hmm.
every time once you've played this crawler, every time you draw a blue card, then you'll do 15% more damage, um, and that like stacks throughout this battle. And then a second crawler could be like every time you draw a blue card, um, the your effect like gets to stay for an extra turn, and so you're basically building
Mm.
parties that create the synergies of your deck so that you can effectively break the game. So in the context of new content, you can just add a new crawler, which would come with two or three or four cards of various abilities, and then add a new level. It's very modular. So I fully expect Saga to show up in this game as well at some point. So
just keep trying to put this to mind so people just go back and play them. They're like, please,
yeah,
please, please remember this exists,
yeah, yeah,
please.
yeah. That dude is that's my guy. The fact that like Saga Sicko respects Saga Sicko. So
Respect, respect. Looking at you from across the way and nodding.
yeah,
I know your mission.
yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah.
And I appreciate it. For Super Robot War, what is this on?
Oh, this was on the
What is this
DS.
on?
Sorry, I did not specify that. This is on.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. This is on the D. Oh, this is the D. Oh, so they went
yeah,
okay, and this is only on the DS.
yeah. This is only on the DS. It's never been anywhere else. I've been kind of on a kick of like playing stuff that you can't, you know, play anywhere else as easily. Just because I find finding those games pretty interesting. And this was before Monolith Soft got purchased by Nintendo. So
Nintendo.
actually, for in America, the last Monolith Soft game that came out before the Nintendo purchase was Dragon Ball Z: Attack of the Saiyans, also on Nintendo DS, and also very good. Um, but in Japan, it would have been the sequel to it's called Super Robot Wars OG Saga Endless Frontier Exceed.
Okay.
8 words.
that is a lot. This was OG. This is OG DS.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I gotta be honest. Like, I'm surprised something like this was
Oh
localized.
yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta.
The second one has that I should mention. It's a fan translation. This is, I mean, it's more. It is less. Honestly, for me, it's less surprising than Project X Zone. The fact that we got two of those in America is unbelievable to me. That should have never happened.
Unbelievable.
Super Robot Wars OG is a little bit easier because it focuses very much on the original characters that came out of the Super Robot Wars saga. So there's not much in terms of crossover. The only
Mm,
crossover characters in this game, the first one at least, are the original characters from Namco X Capcom on the PS2, which doesn't even really count as a crossover. I mean, I guess technically Namco probably owns the IP for them. Yeah.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
Cosmos, and that's it. Oh, also Telos. Telos? I don't remember, but she's
Tell
also in it.
us. Is it, yeah.
So
Is it? Is it? I don't think I've ever heard someone say
yeah, I don't remember. It's been forever since I played Xenosaga 2, so I don't remember how they said it
so. I
either.
don't. I don't remember if I've ever heard anyone say it since. I thought it was. I mean, I assume it's Telos because of the
The
the the
hyphen.
like the setting,
Oh, gotcha.
but
Yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense.
but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So, but yeah, because of that, there's a lot less. It was published by Bamco in Japan, Atlas in America, so a lot less that you have to like navigate compared to
Mm,
Project X Zone. Project X Zone is a
true.
miracle in like the fact that we got two of those again. We're never getting a game like that again, especially because back then we were a lot more liberal with crossovers. We talked about this last week. Now everybody has to have their own little verse, so we're not as willing to.
Yeah, their own little verse
Yeah,
and or their own little. You give me this one, I give you this
yeah, it's
one,
very
a
much
la
tit for tat.
Capcom and SNK right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Honestly, Capcom, Project X Zone, a little. Okay, okay. I'm not gonna. I've been harsh on Project X Zone one. I didn't play two, but I've been harsh on
yeah.
one before. But I'm okay. So I'll say this with a less harsh tone. I would have appreciated maybe if Project X Zone did not happen, but like a fighting game happened instead
Uh,
that had just carry out all those
uh,
characters
uh-huh.
anyway.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You would have liked it if
Uh,
Namco characters and Capcom characters were in a fighting game together?
yeah,
Yeah.
again.
No, what do you mean again? That's never happened before.
Oh
that
yeah, you're right.
first of
Yeah.
all, that's two jokes in one because on the one hand, you know, that game is like basic. It's mostly ass, so we like to pretend it doesn't exist. But it also counts because I said Namco characters and Capcom characters, and Namco versus Capcom was going to be a different game compared to Capcom versus
Yeah.
Namco, or Capcom versus Tekken, I guess.
Yeah.
Street
That
Fighter.
should has never
No,
happened.
no,
That should has
no. I
never
mean, it's
happened.
never going to happen. One, definitely now because Harada retired. But even before that, it wasn't going to happen because people did not like Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And the problem, from like a Japanese developer perspective, is what happens when you make Tekken Cross Street Fighter and it's good as hell, and you have to sit there and be like, thanks, our game's
Oh.
bangs. Now you don't do it out of a sense of politeness. That's always been my assumption as to why that should never happen.
Yeah, I got the feeling that it was so like there were like visual flair things to like about Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but
Mm-hmm.
the game that they put out, like, let me be honest, like, that shit was when that shit was new, we were just booting up Tekken Tag Tournament 2,
Uh
bro.
huh.
I'm
Uh
sorry.
huh.
Like, it's
Why would I
not it
play this?
wasn't
Yeah. Yeah.
we were just putting up Tag 2. That shit was not hitting. It was not hitting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Like, and we were just booting up Street Fighter 4 again.
Yep.
Like, Ultra was coming out anyway, like was out, like we got Omega mode. Like, no, it wasn't popping. Like, it was not popping at all. Like, people downloaded what the structure of that game was very quickly and realized that the depth was not there. Um in it.
Yep.
It's a shame because that mean that if we go by your logic, that means that they were like, well, if we do a better job than you, that's disrespectful. So,
Yeah. 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 And now we're in a world where we're more likely to see a Capcom versus SNK 3, but it's gonna have like, I don't know, uh, Prince Suleiman as
what's
like a
that
playable
DJ's name?
character. And we don't get to buy it because it's going to be tied to the Saudi government, which is cool.
Cool,
Cool.
cool, cool stuff,
Cool.
cool
Yeah.
stuff. Like, but you know what? In retrospect, actually,
Hmm.
when you think about it, if Tekken 8 was always the plan, because Tekken 8 is just like it, like the introducing weapons more and all that
Yep.
stuff, like it's a street fight, like it's another fighter like other
Yeah.
fighters. You think maybe they actually just used like I this they had to have, like, from the cutting room floor, they went, well, we could use this in the new Tekken. We could use this from this that we scrapped. There's no way there's not like a bunch of crazy concept art that exists of that damn
There's
fight.
not just
That
concept
there.
art. From what I remember, um, the one I think in 2021, Harada was like it's like 30% done. So yeah, there's definitely stuff. I remember he explicitly
um,
said that the um, the animations for Akuma were just like a bunch of them were reused for Tekken 7
yeah,
from that game. So
I fully believe it, and I bet you I'm so confident some of the heat system was from that was from that
it makes
thing.
sense. I'm just
I'm
sad
so
because
confident.
Keiichi Okabe was supposed to do tracks for that, and I want to hear Keiichi Okabe Street Fighter remixes very badly. I
Oh
would like
my
this very much.
god.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah. Now it's in your
god.
head
Oh
too.
my
Mm-hmm.
god.
Mm-hmm.
No. Why did you
Yeah.
tell me
Yeah.
that?
Keiichi
Oh
Okabe Chun Li
fuck.
remix. I'm breaking into Namco's offices just to like literally. I'm just gonna get in there and be like, listen, I just want this, and then I'll leave. I don't even need the game itself. Just give me the FLAC files, and I'll be on my way.
And no one gets hurt. No
I
one
didn't say
gets
that. I
hurt.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. I did not say this. That was not me.
Me breaking into Yoko Shimomura's office. Give me the
Please.
Flack files.
I don't give a shit about Kingdom Hearts 4. Just show me what the new Dearly Beloved sounds like.
Just give me what the fucking soundtrack is. God damn it. It's not gonna come out for another 5 years.
Just give it to me now.
Just give it to me.
I know she's
Just
done
give
because
it.
that's what happened with FF15 when it was 13 verses. Insomnia is one for one, beat for beat, bar for bar, exactly the same as the theme that it was in 13 verses. Homegirl turned her homework in a decade before that game came out, and she's just she just said, "I'm waiting for them to finish their part." She's looking at the teacher like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm just my fucking table is just not doing what it needs to be doing."
She's queuing up the tweet. She's queuing up the tweet to go, yay! Look, tweet 5 years from now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yay!
yeah.
Yes. Like no, no. Oh my god! Why'd you put that in my
It's
brain?
okay. Now I'll put news in your brain instead.
Yeah.
I said 10 minutes. It's been 40. 40 minutes just passed. I don't know if you know.
Well, I mean, well, it said 10 minutes for me. We didn't say it was the whole thing. We didn't say it was the whole thing for
Okay.
both of us.
You
I said
said
it was 10 minutes
it's
for
your
me.
other. Well, it wasn't 10 minutes for you either, bro.
No, that was
It
10.
was
That was
not.
had to
It
be
was
10.
not
That
even
had to
close.
be.
Dog, I
Oh.
have the bar. I'll tell you later. I'll see what it ends up being after I TBA it. So that'll be funny. Uh,
We gotta start getting the hourglass.
Hey, that's better than Ethan Klein's button, right? This is significantly.
Oh
Okay,
god.
okay, 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 okay. What's the first story? What's the first story? I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. I
Oh
should
yeah,
shut
yeah,
up.
you wanna jump to
Yeah, let's
Nintendo?
just
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Nintendo's fan base will they're no. I don't know if they'd be less likely to send me death threats. I can't say
Yeah, yeah.
that
You don't know
definitively.
that.
Yeah,
You can't say
I can't say
that.
that
You can't
definitively.
say that.
Anyways, go ahead.
So the first one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You definitely can't say that because the Mario movie Discord. But anyway, so Shigeru Miyamoto has been interviewed recently in light of the recent Mario movie release, the Galaxy one. And the headline goes: Shigeru Miyamoto wants Peach's backstory in the Super Mario Galaxy movie to remain canon in future Nintendo games. Um, so the quote is more exact. So he says, because we don't know what kind of games we'll make with our next with our characters, having too many character settings would become a constraint. I'm fine with being bound by the gameplay, but I don't want to be bound by having created a story, which has been the reason for not making movies for many years. But then he says, uh, so before making this movie, I hadn't decided on the character's backstory, but now that I'm making the movie, it's become fun to expand on the character in various ways. Therefore, I would like to adhere as much as possible to the settings created in the movie in future games.
Mm-hmm. You better say something quick before I open my mouth.
I need to say this. Okay, I need to. He's old. He's old, and he doesn't give a fuck. It's clear he doesn't give a fuck. That's why he's saying this shit. He's like, I don't give a fuck about anyone working under me anymore. You're gonna fucking follow Peach's fat ass all the way across the galaxy, and you're gonna fucking like it.
I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that. He said just put Grandpa away, bro. Just let him say whatever. He's it's harmless. It's fine. Oh,
Like
brother.
this guy, like he doesn't give a. He's like, I don't give a fuck about what they're doing over there, bro. You better follow Peach's ass across the galaxy and fucking. And I don't care. She's the queen. She's the queen now. She's Queen Bee. I don't give a fuck. Like
God.
I'm like, brother, the fact that he said that shit before that quote, he's
God.
like, yeah, there's like a practical mechanical reason we never really did that, but
This is
I love my shit being on the big
yeah,
screen.
this is that. Listen, and I'm gonna get to that with the other story, but that is truly the heart of it. And what's wild to me is that this is the same motherfucker who they had to sneak Rosalina's backstory literally in the back door of the game, a part of the area he didn't look at that much when he tested Super Mario Galaxy. That like that storybook, which I now own a physical copy of because everybody fucking loves it. Now all of a sudden he's
Yeah.
interested in story because he loves to make his silly little movies now, brother, brother. This you know what's fun? Okay, okay, here's the thing. I don't. This isn't actually that big of a deal for people who don't understand why I'm heated. It's the follow up story. Do you have anything to say about this before I move to that one?
The follow up story is like the heart of what completes the other one.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes. Correct.
so
Yes.
so the other story here is that Miyamoto says he finds the critic response to the Super Mario Galaxy quote movie quote really strange. So he says, um, this is probably the same interview, I believe. But he says something along the lines of, like a frank situation of a frank reaction to the criticism that the Super Mario Galaxy movie has been getting. Stuff I've only heard of, like I haven't seen it, but stuff like it's a little bit vapid, little a lot of fluff, not much going on in
Trash.
terms of it's like I mean I can't attest, but things like that. He says the situations are similar, aren't they? Actually, I thought the critics' reviews of the first film were understandable, but I thought this time it would be different, and it was even harsher than the last time, which I found strange. Laughs in parentheses. People from other genres are coming in working hard to liven up the film industry. So it's really strange that the people who are trying to liven up the film industry are
Liven
so
up.
passive.
Liven up
This
the
like
film industry, and you're partnering with fucking Illumination Minions Obsession Studios, bro. Are you joking? I can't believe that my goat is a hack now, bro. He's a fucking this is hack like behavior. And you want to know something? The reason he's saying this shit is because bro doesn't has never lived in a world where he hasn't put out anything but bangers. You're not putting out bangers anymore, Miyamoto. Go back and make video games. This is not your speed. This is not like really liven up the film industry. Into the Spider Verse was livening up the film industry, bro. The Wild Robot is livening up the film industry. This movie is not livening up anything other than the fact that my nephews have new quotes to repeat ad nauseum from their fucking TikTok speed slopified trash ass film. And I didn't even dislike the original movie. I think the original movie is significantly better than this one was. This movie has no substance to it. It is literally just a series of scenes stitched together with nearly no rhyme or reason so that people can fucking like point like that one dude pointing behind him. I forget the name. Wojak, like fucking Wojak pointing
Bojack.
behind them, like "Oh, it's the thing. It's the thing from from Mario. The thing that I like." It's trash. Why are you so surprised? It irritates me more that he's surprised than anything else. If you like, if he came in and he just fucking dropped his balls on the table and he was like, "Yeah, it's fucking slop, but it's slop that got $1.5 billion. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?" I would respect that a little bit more. But him being like, "It's a masterpiece." I can't believe I hate this man now. What the fuck are you saying, bro? Ugh.
I mean, I like this sort of thing. Like aversion to critics is nothing new, but like I think it's really fun. I mean, and also let me be clear. What was the last Paper Mario
Oh.
he fucking was in charge?
Yeah, maybe bro needs to maybe he needs
Maybe.
to maybe because ever since he got his annoying little fingers in that particular pie, yeah, it hasn't been going very well there either, huh? Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like he like I'm just trying to bring that up as a touchstone as a little sidebar, but like in terms of the movie, let me be clear, I fell asleep halfway through.
Oh,
I
the
was falling
first
asleep
one.
halfway through the first one.
Nice.
I absolutely was already like checked out. I was like, I couldn't even finish it, which is kind of difficult for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult for that
And maybe
movie.
the
It's so bombastic, but it's so bombastic in a boring way that I'm not surprised that you dozed off.
I was surprised at myself. I was like, wow, I don't think a movie's done this to me in a long time. Uh, and I just didn't finish it. I was just like, okay,
That's
let
really
me
funny.
come back to this. Um, so I don't know what the second movie like sort of uh feels like in terms of a sleep aid, but this quote like it, I think he, if I were to be charitable, he can't see past his own baby, sort of thing. It's like, oh, this is my baby, like, why don't people like my baby? And I'm like, you make games, and at questionable at what caliber? Honestly, if you've ever been back in the director's chair, as of recent, I don't think so. So I don't like I wouldn't listen to anything you say anyway.
Correct.
Um and I definitely wouldn't listen to you here where you're definitely not in your lane saying that. And people were trying to write this off as like this is probably like a mistranslation
Oh my
or
god.
like the cope stuff, right? I was like, oh no, they probably translated it wrong. People
Sorry.
translated it like
Sorry.
no, no.
Just choking on fucking copium right now. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
clear
yeah.
my throat a
Yeah.
little bit here.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know there's a
Don't forget to
second
get the
quote,
sticker
right?
out.
There's more to that quote. Do you know the second half?
No, what's the
Oh,
second half?
if you can't hear it on the mic, I'm rubbing my hands like a greedy little fly. Uh, so he said all that, and then he said, um, where is it? Let me find it. Yes, it really is quite baffling. Here we are, having crossed over from a different field, working hard with the specific aim of helping to revitalize the film industry. Yet the very people who ought to be championing that cause seem to be the ones taking a passive stance. He sounds like an asshole. Like he sounds like an
What?
asshole right now. He sounds like a dick. Like it's not even just like, oh, this is, the style of like how, Japanese businessmen are interpreted or whatever fucking thing you want to use. Oh, it's a mistranslation. No, brother. He's just being a dick. He made Mario, which is a goated thing to do, and now he just thinks he's like, bro thinks he's like, why are you treating me like Scorsese? I'm the Scorsese of video games. I'm gonna be the Scorsese sequel of films. What, like, why are you not? Why are
What?
you not? Why aren't you doing tricks on it?
What?
You're supposed to be pouring honey on it. Like, what?
I this is no, this one's way more.
That
This
yeah,
the
that
second
that
part is
doubles it
way
double
more.
down. It's doubling down. It's not. Yeah, it's much
He's
more than
doubling
just
down.
being like it's silly. He's like he sounds like a dick. What? I want what
This
he's
is I
smoking.
like. What do you want me to, bro? Like you're not live enough. Like you had the specific aim. So what you had Illumination make the fucking Mario movie so you could save
Yeah,
movies. Like what are you
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
man? What are
Bro
you
literally
talking?
sounds like Vin Diesel talking about Fast and Furious. Um,
Oh my god,
it's very
yes.
similar. It's very similar. Did you know that Miyamoto has only played one RPG in his life? By the way, I remember this because I wanted to find out why
Whoa,
the
what?
Paper Mario games suck ass now. Yeah, he played Mother One. That's the only JRPG he's ever played or
Oh
RPG
my
he's ever played in
god.
his life. And I think he played that one because he was testing it. Don't quote me on that, but that's like the only one he's ever actually played. So I would
Oh.
be surprised if Miyamoto has even read a book in recent years. I'm not like it's
Well,
just
I wouldn't say
it's
that. Let's
just
not slander to
it's
that
giving it.
degree. We don't know that.
Brother, because if he did, then he'd understand the basic structure of a three-act story, which I am telling you, the second Mario movie does not have. Like there's barely even it's like I was surprised when the movie was over. It's resolved so quickly that I was like, oh, that's it. Like I they just okay. He literally just he plants a flag and then credits roll. Sorry to spoil the
Oh,
fucking end of the Mario movie. I guess I'm a little heated right now. It's just it is wild.
I I don't like this smacks of the second quote smacks of just like the worst stuff of like um I'm remembering like streaming era stuff like yes the streaming era it's so good like I'm putting out like look how much stuff Netflix is putting out that's ass like look we're like doing so much for TV, isn't it great, isn't it great, isn't it great that we're canceling like the good ones too, like we're curating for you, like we're making great decisions for you, us Netflix, for you should thank us
God.
for also raising your subscription so we can accommodate more of the stuff you
two
like. You
dollars.
should
It went
thank
up $2 by the time this episode gets uploaded, I'm guessing.
like I just do I mm, mm. I'm getting you know what? Let's move on.
Yeah,
I'm getting
you're getting
mad. I'm
heated.
like I didn't know about the
Yeah,
second
it
quote,
makes
so
it much
I'm
worse. It
getting
does make it much worse.
I'm getting it makes it much
I'll
worse.
say
The second
just
quote makes
one
it much
last
worse.
thing, and we don't even have to comment on it afterwards. I'm just gonna say it is the creator's job to make something that people like. It is not the person's job to enjoy a thing just because you made it. Anyways, let's get into the next story.
I actually, I actually wouldn't say it's even a creator's job to enjoy to make a thing people
Okay,
like. I think they can make whatever they want,
sure.
but they shouldn't fucking sneer at me when I say it's
Yeah,
shit.
particularly it certainly counts in the context of why don't people like it, you know what I mean? I assume the guy who made the drama didn't expect everybody to like the drama, but he's not sitting here making quotes like, I don't get why people don't fuck with my movie, Zendaya's in it, why don't you love it?
You don't see Yorgos Lanthimos going, I don't understand why people don't like my movie. Oh,
It's just that is
oh.
fucking ridiculous. It's brother, oh boy, god.
Oh my god. Okay. Just I was gonna no. You know what? We'll have our time in the Paper Mario saga.
Yeah, sure.
Certainly.
I plan on
We'll have
playing
our
Super
time.
Paper Mario again soon, so that'll probably be a good time to talk.
Inversely, I've never played Thousand Year Door, but I
Oh,
did play
hey, neither
Sticker
have
Star,
I.
which is funny.
I only played the Mario and Luigi games. Yoko Shimomura stay winning.
Yeah, true. Goated soundtrack. Goated soundtrack. It's true. But yeah, on to the next here. This one's short, but Remedy of Control and Alan Wake fame, who just hired a former EA CEO
Oh,
as
okay.
their head of chief operations, I believe. Um, but yeah, well, let's see how that goes for them. But Remedy released Control on iPhone and iPad with touch controls, and they reworked the gameplay and then added ray tracing. Um, I saw footage of this because it came out the day after the article, or I believe. This is a wild thing to kind of release out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really did revamp the way like telekinesis kind of works in that game. I obviously I'd have to buy the game again to play it, so I couldn't do that one. But like, it's like remarkable to look at,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of go, why? I guess.
I can answer that,
I
but
mean,
I'll let you finish your point before I do.
yeah. I mean, if you have the answer to that question, go for it.
I think the answer is I think there's two answers. One is there are a lot of young people who only play games on their phone, and now that is a to the point where that's a new market you can capture, and I think that's a good thing because every person, every kid that buys Control instead of spending money on some dog shit gotcha, I won't get started on that shit again. You know how I feel at this point if you're listening in chronological order. If not, you just heard me call it dog shit. So, but any copy that gets sold in that sense, that's a win. That's a W for everybody involved. And so I think that's part of it. I think there is also Apple is just paying AAA developers to launch stuff on their iOS devices. That's also why I'm pretty sure this isn't on Android. Interestingly enough, same with
Mm.
the Capcom um, games that have not been showing up on Android as well. They're doing this to show off that you can play games on an iOS device, and more specifically, I don't know if it's true for this game in particular, but one thing that people don't realize, I've come to find out. Sorry, I got too heated about Miyamoto, and now my throat is sore. One thing that
What Miyamoto does to a
yeah,
motherfucker.
one thing that I've found that people don't actually know is that when you buy an iOS game, very often, I forget what it says to indicate this, but when you buy it, you can play it on your MacBook, you can play it on your Apple TV. Like it's available on all of these
Oh
things. Yes, yeah.
right.
Many people forget this. This game has controller support, last I checked. So my assumption is if you buy Control via iOS. If not on a Mac, I bet you can also like play it on your Apple TV because that is also technically an Apple device. Um, I think in the broader form, because like the Tomb Raider reboot just came out on Android, there is a market, particularly in on the other hemisphere, in particularly in Asian markets where people are playing not just games on their phone, but also those handheld devices that I've talked about before on the broadcast with like the Aim Thor, any everything that Amber Nick has been putting out, which have these like basically built-in controls, and so it's effectively free money, particularly if it doesn't take much work to do the porting. So I think overall this is a good thing. I think all that's left is that Google and Apple need to do much better about the discovery for these games. Because I'll go
So
ahead.
this was my so the discovery aspect.
Yes.
This is my reason for being
Mm-hmm,
confused
mm-hmm,
because control is just not. It's anti those
mm-hmm.
marketplaces. Like it like absolutely doesn't sell like as a product. Like if I go to the control page, if I go to the App Store page on Control right now,
Yeah.
and I swipe through it to like kind of get a handle on like what is if I'm like an unsuspecting person and Control is on the front page of the App
Mm-hmm.
Store, like it's not like the usual alluring thing like all the other ones. Like it just like I can see the world in which like you know uh like oh yes like we're trying to capture a market here, but like the market is just not it's just like it's just doesn't want that. Like control is like is antithetical in story and what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
in like so many ways to the kinds of games that proliferate and multiply on mobile, right? Like it just to me it doesn't make sense to capture that market because it's kind of almost impossible for that type of game anyway, but I can see why Remedy, specifically considering the financial position they're
Yeah,
in,
it's free
would
money.
do
It is
it.
effectively free money. Like it's like it's
Um,
silly. If you might be like, who's gonna buy it? But if two people buy it, that's two more people who have copies than did yesterday, and they might enjoy it and be like, wow, what are these? What are these? What else has this company made? What else has this team made? Might get Alan Wake, might get the new Control when that eventually comes out. It also could just be appealing to people who have played Control and are like, whoa, cool, I can just play this game like in my pocket now. So the discoverability aspect that I was referring to though was specifically if you open the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, like even given my taste, no matter how many times I say don't recommend, not interested, do not want, all those aspects, every time I boot up those stores, I just get trash. It's just trash and AI
yep.
slop, and like it's wild to me that they're. I mean, I guess from a, you know, an analytics standpoint, that makes sense because that's always going to be the thing that people will end up playing the most. But that shit sucks. I don't really have anything else I can say besides that though.
Yeah. Like I'm on Apple Arcade right now,
Mm-hmm.
and like top arcade games: Flow Free, Solitaire, NBA 2K26. Enjoy it with no ads or in-app purchases. Lego Duplo,
Yeah.
Mahjong, Crayola Create. Welcome to Arcade. Discover the perks, new games, and this is where we might see Control. I see it's Unpacking Plus, Dredge Plus, My Very Hungry Caterpillar, and that's the front. And
Brother,
and Control's not here yet.
that is
Like
that's way better than let me tell you what I'm seeing on the Google Play Store currently. Just
oh
off rip, we have Ebony, The King's Return, which is just one of those slide games left and right, uh, while like shooting zombies or whatever. Klondike Adventures farm game, a hidden objects game that seems to have AI art, Clash of Clans, because of course, some fuck ass Harry Potter trash, Genshin Impact, Goddess of Victory Nikke, um, what's that? I don't know why I'm also getting recommendations in Japanese, which is
oh.
interesting. Like I don't know why, but Arc Knights.
I got you, you fucking
Yeah,
otaku.
yeah, Arc Knights Romancing Saga Reuniverse, which you can't even play in America anymore. They shut that down. And then
Whoa,
yeah, uh, and a Bleach gotcha game, a Sword Art Online gotcha game, um, Re 99. That's
much more
another gotcha
gotcha for you.
game. Yep. I don't play these. I don't like them. Why are you showing me Epic 7, bro? I'm not interested. Like this. It's like it's not looking good. Oh, I found them here. Disco Elysium. I finally got an actual video
Oh,
game.
look, look,
Hooray!
look! Wow. Oh
Yippee!
man, you would like if you tried to play disco on a phone and like you tried to be like I'm gonna get in a disco conversation before my lunch is up or something. Could you fucking
You
imagine
wanna?
trying to get through a disco
You know what the best part
conversation?
is? I'm gonna send you the best part. Here's a screenshot. When I'm
Oh,
sending chat, it's in portrait mode. It's a
oh,
it's
that's
a portrait
right.
mode
This
port.
one's in portrait
It's in portrait mode.
mode. Oh wow. Oh yes. Wow. Yeah, they really tried to like go, please, please play it.
Yep.
Please look, it's in portrait mode. You don't even have to flip it around. Please
Yeah,
play
it
it.
also carves out a
Gods.
bunch of stuff from the game. So maybe you could get it done between a conversation done
Oh, does
between
it?
bus stops. Yep, I've seen people say that it removes most of the exploration and entire sections of the game world.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
I
Okay.
mean this is
Huh.
post Zaum Fallout, so it's not super surprising to me. But
What is that? Oh, hmm. I wonder if has anyone done a review of that?
I would,
I
if you
should
do, I'd
yeah.
love to hear your findings. But
Yeah,
yeah.
because interesting. I wanna stress here as an anecdote on the arcade app store. Right under Grindstone, it goes Game Center, then it goes Friend Suggestions, and then the first suggestion is the president of the department of my former job, and it goes invite.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired. Grindstone fucking slaps though. I love Grindstone.
Yeah, Grindstone's
God
great,
damn, Grindstone is so
but
good.
but maybe I don't
You
want to
don't have to
do
play it
that.
with your
Maybe you
boss though.
shouldn't put.
God.
Maybe that shouldn't happen. Perhaps, but yeah. Needless to say, Remedy doing that, it's quite an interesting port of that game. But it kind of remind like the way they sort of redid the UI and the way they redid it reminds me of like when people would do a DS port of something,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
kind of like that, right? But yeah, that's a nice to see, honestly. The next here is and these two articles sort of go hand in hand here, but Toei Games uh as announcing their first three public titles, and also that they are forming their own gaming division at all, is kind of the 1-2 punch here. Toei putting their hat into the ring here. I don't know if you felt this way, but it kind of felt like when Shueisha was like, "Yeah, we're doing it. We're putting out our own stuff. Here we
Yep.
go." Like, and then Shueisha, the stuff that Shueisha's been putting out is
Yep.
interesting. It is interesting actually, and the stuff that I saw from Toei here, um, like one of them is, I'm pretty sure someone is like, I liked Undertale,
Yes.
right?
Yes, I did see this one. Yep.
Um, and then one of them is a creepy, like, kind of indie game, like 2D side scroller indie game. Um, and then one of them is vague. The trailer is vague about what it will look like, but it's billing it as a mystery adventure sort of 3D thing. I don't know what that means. Are you saying that you're going to be a murdered soul suspect, or are you saying you're going to be like, you're going to try to be like an Ace Attorney, but you're in 3D or something? I don't really know. Um, but Toei, it is interesting for Toei to put their hat into the ring here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they had this interest. I don't remember them ever voicing it in that much a way, but um, I guess they want the piece of the pie. And I guess the tactic seems to be like Shueisha. We're gonna put out smaller, more interesting things, and I do wonder if they build up to
The
like
Godzilla game that
the
we
big
all
stuff.
immediately
The
started thinking about when they said that they were
Yeah,
gonna. Yeah,
like, oh,
probably.
it's Toy, so
I can see that.
right? Like,
Yep. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. I wonder if this means that so like companies like Shueisha and Toei doing their own things. Does that mean Bandai? Like, we're tired of working with Like, if we have to look at Bandai for some
It's
reason,
possible. It is possible. I don't
I
I find it
wonder.
interesting that people were surprised by this. This is the same company that let Hideki Anno not make not one, not two, I don't think. I believe three reinterpretations of their IP, and they all banged.
True,
So they're
true.
willing to. It seems I feel like they're pretty willing to get experimental. So this didn't catch me too off guard. So
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
I
I
mean,
see that. But yeah,
I'm looking
but
forward to
interesting
it.
nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting nonetheless. But we're gonna move on here. We're gonna move on to nothing.
Yeah.
Cause cause nothing happened. It's Nier's 15th anniversary, and I have nothing to report.
Neither does Square Enix. So.
I have nothing to report. And that's what gets me. That's what gets me. I have nothing. I have nothing to report. In fact, in fact, I know why I have nothing to report. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about it
Oh
later.
yeah, we will talk about it later. I mean, maybe it's because I'm already tired, but from a combination of the weather and also crashing out about Miyamoto, I don't even feel anything at this point. Like it's been nearly 10 years since Near Automata came out, and all we've had to show for it are two mobile games that are now vaporware, um, and in an anime that is also a retelling of the original Near Automata. And then, of course, I counted. I don't know if you were on the call. I counted. There are 49 as of this recording.
Oh,
Near Automata collaborations.
49.
49.
We haven't hit the 50
I know, big
mark.
5-0. Maybe that's the final crossover is her and her own fucking game. Um, yeah, so it was 49 collaborations where they just sent to be around like a birthday stripper, and then slapped her ass and sent her back to Square Enix to hand over the profits. Um, I think the funniest one out of all the ones that I saw was actually the one the collaboration with Foam Stars. For people who don't know, Foam Stars was a
Oh
Splatoon.
shit, I forgot
Yeah,
about that
yeah, it is a Splatoon
one.
clone. And the thing that makes it funny is that that game was also made by Square Enix, and it was doing so poorly that they thought that they could just slap 2B in there with her big ol' ass, her big ol' one ton
Yep.
ass, and be like, this will let Foam Stars continue. Also, for anybody who doesn't know, Foam Stars shut down a year ago, a year and some change, maybe. I don't know. Time progresses, and we all move on.
Sure
Yep.
did. Foam Stars also did used AI
Oh,
as
right, I
well.
forgot.
Um, so a little obvious.
Yep.
Quite honestly, yeah, it's kind of insane, specifically for Foam Stars, that they thought they could pull the exhaust
Yeah.
valve and go,
Yeah.
yes, just put her in to get like a bump of
Yeah. That's
something,
the funny.
please,
That's what makes the
anything.
funniest one out of all of the collaborations that I saw. That is objectively the funniest one to me. And I mean she's shown up in a bunch of other Square Enix like gotcha games and stuff, but Foam Stars in particular is funny to me because it is a failure, and Square Enix, perhaps rightfully so, is just like, you know, they're dumb and they love 2B. We can put 2B anywhere, and people will be happy. And that might have been true at first, but I'm looking at this comment in the article that has 11 upvotes. It's near the bottom, and it just says, mostly in all caps, "For the love of God, Taro, do something. It's been 9 years." I don't have anything else to say. That's all I got.
I yeah, I will. We'll talk about it later.
Sure, sure.
We'll talk about. Okay. What's next? What's because it's gonna make me tired when we talk about it again.
Yeah.
Um. Oh yes, that's right. Um. So you guys are well. If you're not initiated, perhaps you aren't. Nagoshi of Nagoshi Studios, Nagoshi of Yakuza fame, like a dragon. Now, headed up to the Yakuza games for a long time. Subsequently, was poached by. Correct me if I'm wrong. NetEase, right?
Yep.
Was poached by
Yep.
NetEase from Sega. Went on to make his own studio called pretty vainly Nagoshi Studio. And we got a trailer uh, reviewed at the Game Awards for something called Gang of Dragon that looked very, very similar in a sort of tone to Yakuza. And we went, oh, he's making it again. Well, I mean, I wonder
He's
what'll be
doesn't seem
different
like
this
he is
time.
anymore. Yep.
Well, turns out that the Gang of Dragon trailer, which was what the game was called, and Nagoshi Studios' YouTube channel have vanished. Um, this is in light of news from beforehand that we did not touch on here, but it was reported that they had a funding crisis and the game just did not have enough money to finish essentially, and Nagoshi
Yep.
asked for more money. I
$40 million to be
$40
exact.
million dollars.
Yep.
Um, and they did not give it to him.
Nope.
So I'm assuming this is the result. That it seems to be that either one, the YouTube channel is gone because maybe net perhaps in the most optimal of circumstances, Nagoshi was like, "Could you give me the IP and I'll try and find some. You give me everything and I'll try and find someone else to publish it, and then you'll get a piece of the pie." And then that means that, yeah, I'm assuming certain credentials have to be moved around and assets and so on and so forth. That is the most charitable thing. This game is probably dead in the water. Um,
I think probably is not the word I would use. I think it's dead. It's definitely dead. The man who erased his game moment.
oh,
Um, Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had this one in the chamber. I
couldn't
didn't even post it in the
resist.
Discord because I wanted to save it for the pod. I was like, I can't. I gotta save it. I gotta save it. So I think honestly, I'm all for shitting on publishers. I love shitting on publishers. They tend to be quite villainous. I don't think NetEase is probably I don't think it's great. I'm sure it has its issues. Actually, I know it has its issues. It pumps trash gotchas out there. That's literally when they started getting into proper video game development. I remember the gotcha gaming subreddit, which I like to look at sometimes, kind of like a SimAnt's
Yeah, like a like
simulation.
a
I
like
just like
a
to,
fish like a fish tank, you know.
yeah, yeah. I just be checking in, and they were like, "This isn't gonna work," and they were right. They were right. And they credit to them. They were completely right. Um, I think for this game in particular, for this studio in particular, I should say, though, with all of that said, I do think this was probably hubris. As you mentioned, the name of the studio was Nagoshi Studios. Not even Kamiya, who has put out multiple bangers. I won't. I'm not. I won't dick ride again because I'm pretty sure I did like an episode or two ago. That being said, even he has never named anything Kamiya Studios. Nagoshi Studios is crazy, and I think this is hubris in the sense that I think Nagoshi thought I can just pull out another Yakuza, and it'll all be good. But what Nagoshi seems to have forgotten is that the reason that Yakuza is even able to exist now, because I don't think if you started in Yakuza from day one in 2025 or 2026, that Sega would even greenlight it, because Yakuza was only able to exist because it has assets that are old enough to drink that they are reusing. Assets that are 21 years old that I still am seeing in the trailer for Project Century. They have a pipeline that has been so well built, honed, like machine, or like just the smoothest machinery you can think of, and you can't just make that shit happen in a new studio out of nothing. Like it doesn't work like that. And even the first Yakuza, I believe it cost around 2 billion yen to make. Even with that asset pipeline that we're talking about, the first one cost 2 billion yen to make, which to I don't remember the transition to like the US dollar. All I remember is that when I looked it up, it was twice um, it was twice the budget of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, a game that is relatively popular for people who might not know. Um, so I think he got comfortable with his reputation, and he started posing, with his Jordan 5 off white blacks. He truly thought he was hot shit, and he was. But you gotta stay humble. You gotta stay humble, because if you don't stay humble, then you have to sit there and ask for another $40 million on top of the money you already asked for, and they're gonna say no to you. That is what a lack of humility will get you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I think he maybe he never knew the business side of it just didn't dawn on him like
absolutely
what the
not.
what the pipeline was actually putting out, you know.
Hmm.
Um and man, I guess NetEase didn't, you know, give him the reality of that either.
Possibly. I mean, I bet they gave him a blank check to start with, and he just didn't know what to use it on. Did you mention Ma Dong Seok? Did,
I
did
did
we
not.
talk
I
about
did
that?
not. We should talk about
Okay.
there's a very big
Yeah.
name actor at the
Yes.
front of all
Yeah.
this.
The game in the trailer that they showed, it had Ma Dong Seok. For anybody who doesn't know, he's also known as Don Lee. That's probably for the white people who can't pronounce his name. I don't actually know, but that's my guess. He is probably one of, if not currently, the biggest Korean actor right now. He is in the Roundup series, which is fan fucking tastic. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But beyond that, he's been in a bunch of shit. He has an extremely hot wife. Not related. I just I'm envious, so I bring it up. Uh, and he was the main character of this game, or was going to be. And something tells me that my boy Don, Probably pretty pricey. Probably
Probably
not
pretty
the easiest
pricey.
money spender. Yeah, yeah. So,
Death Stranding. Anyway.
but for all of the flack that I give Kojima, Kojima knows how to fucking put a video game out. Not
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5 was in a very similar position, but
Mm.
even that they were able to get across the finish line. He has, he's got the sauce to back up all of his, all of the
Quirks, let's say charitably.
yes, yeah, sure. We could be polite this time. Yeah,
He has the yeah certainly, but like this, like I think he was too used to getting a bunch of actors together in Yakuza, as well, honestly, and thought he could do it again for the blank check he probably had, and Nettie's probably uh it's but also this is Nettie's. We should put this in context as well. Nettie's is the one that is also publicly trying to divest from their international ventures as well, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So like this is also probably a result, a mixture of he called his shot too much, and also he was caught in the political sort of international situation of Nettie's seeing sort of the tea leaves and going, I think we should not be spending money overseas because we don't know our relationship, what the relationship will be, and we're just going to look inward actually. And he
yeah.
got caught in that crossfire as well. And
That is probably part of it. Yeah.
so like what I say to him is, um I know you were probably given a lot of money. You were living good, clearly. I saw those Jordans.
I saw them off whites. I wish I had them.
You
Hey,
were
maybe I'll buy them off you, bro. Maybe that'll get you closer to releasing Gang of Dragon Finite Wealth. That was the other one I went for, by the way. We'll see which title I end up using. It's either Gang of Dragon Finite Wealth or The Man Who Erased This Game.
the
We'll
man
see.
who erased this game.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty good. But yeah, like I think he was also caught in a in a bad spot between where he's from and who he is, I should say.
yeah. Yep, 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 yep. Um, the other thing is, beyond that, don't handle the money next time, and also be nicer to your employees. I've seen just murmurs um, that he is, not the greatest to work with.
Mm.
There are people that Kojima and Suda have worked with um, for like their entire careers. In Romeo is a Dead Man, there is a dedication to somebody on the team that passed away before the launch of the game. Um, I mention all of this to bring up when you go and look at the games that Nagoshi has worked on, every single game there's either a new writer or a new producer, some new key figurehead, and I think that lines up pretty well with what I've heard about the way that he operates as a creative. So
Mm.
yeah,
Okay.
sell those off whites, spend it on maybe some therapy, or something that'll make things go a little bit easier for you.
Perhaps
Why
maybe
was he?
what
Oh,
was
go
that?
ahead.
What was
Sorry.
that?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, it is fucking wild that he just left and made Yakuza at home, right down to it being in Kamurocho, or was going to be. Does he only know how to make one game? This man worked on Super Monkey Ball, bro. You got other sauce in you, I'm
Oh
sure.
no, like the when after he got the makeover, like Super Monkey Ball, don't know her. I don't know her. I don't know her. I don't know who that is.
Baller. Uh, so don't know.
Yeah,
Dun, dun,
yeah, yeah.
dun. He said stick to the man who erased
But what I was gonna say there is like let's maybe maybe the alleged connections you have to perhaps your source material. You know, maybe, I don't know if that worked out. I don't know. I don't know. Frankly,
Yeah.
we don't want to know.
Yeah. No.
Um, but yeah, yeah. Next up, this is more this is my podium.
Sure.
This is more my podium. Rock paper shotgun had an article called Mythology by its nature is told and retold. Hades 2 dev on changing its controversial ending. So here, uh, Greg Cassavan sort of talks about the reason they changed the ending in Hades 2. Now, if you don't know,
Hmm.
Hades 2 came out of early access, was in early access a year, came out of it, launched 1.0. Um, so as people started beating the game, and especially pretty fast because you could keep your early access save, right?
Yep.
So by the time like I pulled over my early access save, I was like, something runs deep, and that meant I could fight I guess, spoilers for Hades 2. If you haven't played it, spoilers for Hades 2 if you don't want to know what's up there, I suppose. But I was fighting the father of all monsters up there already, and that meant that I had a certain amount of runs, and I was able to finish the game relatively quickly, right?
Yep.
By that point, since I put in 80 hours, like probably 9 months ago, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
But so once you got to this ending, I started to see what people were. There were rumblings, but I hadn't seen anything because the algorithm had not deigned it so yet. Um, but that the ending was divisive. And once I saw what the ending actually just means the last, I don't know, something runs of the game. But that could mean anything to you, depending on how
Yeah.
long it took you to talk to so and so people when you were doing these runs. See, the problem with um or the good and the boon and the bane of Hades is that the secret to its formula is that you're talking and gaining all this, like, nice character dialogue when you're talking throughout your runs, and all these little nuggets and all these little interactions that culminate in like a sort of cohesive character sort of driven thing, right? Not necessarily like, very moment to moment, pace to pace sort of a story compelling sort of ordeal because you sort of dictate the pace on your own, but character driven and really really fleshes people out along the way. Now, about about a month after the game comes out, I finished the game already, and I am left kind of confused. Um, and a month after the game comes out, they release a patch that drastically amends tons and tons of dialogue in the game. So much so that there is and correct me if I think it's an hour and 43-minute long video on YouTube of someone who actually bothered to chronicle every single piece of dialogue that was changed from one patch to the next in order to amend the ending to Hades 2 to make it make a little more sense. Um,
I can't even get out of bed on time. I'm impressed by some people's work ethic.
because I was like, I'm not, because so the game puts an option in the hub that goes, hey, you can go back to this point in the game so you can redo the ending of the game. Um, which is going, no, I'm not going to do that.
Mhm.
Like, in any other sort of game, this would be fine, realistically, right? Because
Sure.
the time commitment is very minimal. In the grand scheme of, like, you're probably gonna just, like, watch like like maybe like a 15-minute long cutscene or what have you or whatever or this is. But Hades is special in the way that it delivers its story, meaning that you would
Yeah.
have to do so many runs over and over again, and not only accounting for the fact that they changed things you might miss in certain runs, like offhand dialogue that alludes to X or Y, a sort of revelation about something, but like you have to redo the entire arc of you fighting above and below, whether it be in the underworld or it be above in Olympus. Like you have
Yep.
to redo all of that to quote unquote get the full picture of what they tried to amend. Now this rubbed me the entire wrong way
Yeah.
because I thought the game was finished.
When you take the EA, the early access, off, that tends to mean that there's no more early access and the game is done. This is true. I've heard this.
I've heard this before.
Many people are saying this.
But in this case, it felt like this could be completely possible. They didn't ask this in the interview. I would have personally asked this. I would have said, "Did you have this stocked, or did you, or like, did you have this stocked and you were thinking about it, or did you actually drag every single person back into the studio to re-record lines and got this out in a month?" Now, I think the latter is less likely than the former, quite honestly. But
Really?
you could surprise me, I suppose.
Yeah.
I just think it's
So you think they just weren't done?
I th- I think it's wild to think that they got everyone back in the studio and then re-recorded all these lines and then put them in the right places in a month. Like, what would the schedules have to be? Like, you got everyone back in a week, and then the next week you were panning it. You were like, matting it out, and then the third week you polished it, and then bam, you put it out. It's kind of hard to believe to me, but maybe their pipeline is godlike. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I got in a certain way of like, I'm not gonna replay like this many hours of the game in order to see this ending. I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that. That's
No, I did not do
obscene.
it either. I was over it.
You
Yeah.
want me to replay like Pragmata again in order to see this ending?
Yeah.
I just
It is
don't.
one. It is about one pragmata's worth. This is
Yeah,
true.
like I don't want to do that. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Now with the rock paper shotgun article here, where Greg Cassavan's speaking, like the reason they changed it, like the reason they bothered, is that they sort of thought about the process of like how like they were going through early access and how many things they were changing and how dialogue was changing. So they thought in the same vein when they were seeing the reaction to the game, they were like, oh well, you know, I don't think they don't also think that story is is immutable in any way as much as like how what percentage damage you're doing to on your scythe is, right? They don't think they
Mm-hmm.
think those two things are malleable in that way, and that's why they
Mm-hmm.
decided to change that.
Mm-hmm.
Do I agree with them
Mm-hmm.
entirely? I think it would depend. I tend to think that like it's harder, clearly harder to change that sort of thing, and has bigger repercussions when you do than if you're changing the other. Um, I can agree with like how they got to their philosophy. I don't think it left the greatest taste in my mouth to everyone else who like waited to play the game and then got to that point. It's probably fine for them, but like it's just another burn to anyone who kind of already did. Like I played a worse version of the game, and not just like in a balanced sort of way that tends to happen to a lot of other games, but in like a I experienced another version of events and they were worse.
Yep. I mean, I don't think they're being very honest. Um, you can just say that it didn't hit, and you're like, okay, I'm changing the ending. You're not even the first game to do this. I don't know if people remember. This is a little game called Mass Effect 3 had a very similar situation. And frankly, this is less reviled by a significant margin. Probably because the people who play Hades are all, non-binary royalty with, various letters of the rainbow attached to their names, making them more thoughtful, more prone to, criticism that is not hateful. So the discussion was, just a tad bit more reasonable. Which so you can just say that it didn't hit. It didn't hit, and video games have the unique ability where you can just patch it out. You can just like when Kanye said, "I'm gonna fix wolves," that shit was ridiculous comparatively. This is fine. I agree. You are completely correct. Don't say it's done. If it just wasn't done, don't say it's done. If you patched it, post game feedback, because it didn't hit, just say it didn't hit. You don't have to be like, myth is told, mythology is told and retold. Like, come on, bro. I'm gonna use that the next time I get in trouble and ask for a do over. I'll be sure to keep that one in my back pocket.
I mean,
It's
they'd be
fine,
like, they'd
bro.
be
Just
like,
it just didn't
I
hit.
thought I didn't. You're gonna like, it's gonna be like, why'd you leave the refrigerator open? And you're gonna be like,
Mm.
the mythologies are told and retold. The code is always around us, within us. It never
Yeah,
really leaves
the
us.
cold will become the warmth. Yeah, and of
Evercode
course I
even.
have to say it. I have to say it like the Soul Calibur 2 announcer, who's secretly, by the way, that is Xemnas from Kingdom Hearts 2. But
Yes.
yeah, yeah, I'll just get in there and be like, mythology is told and retold.
Retold. You walk into the kitchen, you're going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My mom's just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" All that matters, mom, is that the soul still burns, and
Burns.
then she'll smack me upside the head with her sandal, and that'll be that.
And that'll be that. That'll be that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is very silly. I don't think they needed to even say this. Honestly, I would have preferred if they didn't. Um, but I also would have preferred if they never fucking made Hades 2 and either made something brand new, like they have been up to this point, or do a Pyre sequel.
To be
But they never
no.
would have gotten into this trouble if they didn't make a sequel. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair. But what I would say is like they're on the record going like they thought they needed to make Hades 2 because they felt like a time. And honestly, that soundtrack is fucking amazing. So the Darren Korb is like always like, yeah, I felt like I had more in me to like make on that, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
he did. That shit is awesome. But like what I would say is like the this wasn't like uh they like want the door open in a way, right? Like I think they want the door open because they did all this timey wimey stuff. They want the
Yeah.
door open to whatever they can do because this all these weapons allude to other people from like other gods from other timelines. They could do this if they wanted
Hmm.
in any other fucking setting. And
Yeah.
they're leaving the door open. I think they do something new after this though.
They fucking better. And
I think they
at
do.
this point, I don't even want a sequel to Pyre. At this point, it better be brand new. Or just admit, listen, our coffers are not full. Asa Butterfield, a little bit more expensive than we expected, despite the fact that he hasn't been in any major movies lately. And we're trying to fill that bag up again. Just do that.
So here's Hades 3. We're
I
trying to fill that bag up again.
Yeah. It's just, I compare Supergiant very much to Vanillaware. They're very similar in the way they operate. They're constantly like reinventing, and maybe I'm asking for too much. It's not easy to do what these companies do, but I am insatiable. I always want things that make me happy, and that would make me happy. So, you know, consider.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, now we get to talk about something that I mean, I'm not going to do much talking. I'm just going to listen. Um, yeah, please. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me how you feel about this.
Uh, I didn't even put
Mm-hmm.
this on
Mm-hmm.
here. I didn't put this on here.
I did. I did. I snuck it in and I said, you know, I'm making you talk about this, bro. It was right there in the note. You can see it. It's highlighted. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna give this air. I wasn't gonna give it air
Mm-hmm.
because at least not on here at least. But so Street Fighter 6 is coming out. We're nearing the end of its season pass. Ingrid is going to be May 28th. So that means that in June 6th is where we'll probably know what the next roster of people coming to the game is. We have some leak that none other than our our favorite Tekken character, Tifa Lockhart, might be coming to Street Fighter 6 along with, let me read this out for you here, Vega, Hagar, and Gokin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I want everyone in the range of the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
Tifa belongs in Tekken. Like the move set
Yes.
is obvious. I
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. The move set is obvious. The Street Fighter one, much less obvious. To be quite honest, I see it in my brain already off of just thinking of FF7 stuff and Dolphin Rush and whatever and so on and so forth. But like, she does not like down to the way she is rendered in FF7 remake. For fuck's sake, she looks like a Tekken character. She just fits in there, and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't so much fit, I think, in a Street Fighter very organically. Now, that is besides the thing I'm about to say, which is I don't. This roster is it makes me want to drop the game. I don't like with the exemption of Tifa, just to know what that character would even play like. I assume,
Yeah.
but like Vega, I don't care about Vega, bro. I don't care. I've been
I don't
playing
know many
Street
people
Fighter
that
since
do.
Street Fighter
I
Two.
haven't.
Like,
Yeah, I haven't met many people who actually. The only person I know whose favorite character is Vega is my sister. She's not, she don't be playing fighting games or even video games like that. And also, this is the same person who likes that, whose favorite character from Soul Calibur is that one freak. What is the name?
Voldo,
Voldo? Voldo. Yeah,
really?
that was her main. Yeah, she's a Voldo
Voldo?
fan. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So these are the people who are Vega fans. I'm gonna cut this out and send it to her. I want to hear her reaction.
I,
Yeah, this yeah,
we could
Vega
talk
not
about
well
that.
known.
Why that is, I don't even. That's so crazy to
It
people
is
to like
crazy.
from.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean,
Mm.
I see why. In terms of their like immediate similarities in on the stage, but
Yeah, they both have claws. They're kind of
um,
freaky. Yeah.
but like anyway, but but Vega Hagar's cool, but also I he's fine in a vacuum. He's fine until you get to Goken. You're not even supposed to be alive. You're not even supposed to
Yeah.
be alive, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's
Akuma is a
Heihachi.
hack. Akuma is a
Yeah,
hack.
it's
He's fuck
Heihachi and Akuma and Bison all over again.
all over again. We're just doing it
Yeah.
again. Like, yeah, and
Yeah.
then and all the people bitching and whining like, oh, Goken plays differently. Yeah, bitch, I know that. I played against him in Street Fighter 4 with a 0.1% differential in how many people played him. I understand, man. I know he plays differently. I also played against a fucking Oni as well. You want to bring back Oni too? You want to talk about Oni?
I'm so glad I put this on the
like
board, bro.
like okay, sure, man, I guess I let me tell you, Oni and Goken, they're let me tell you, they're right next to each other, and guess what, they're not in the top 10 characters that people would want back in the game. Let me tell
I
you.
mean, I don't think we kind of discussed this with the whole function thing. I believe last episode. It really does come down to more than just he plays differently. You have to like these characters to want them here. And if we really want to talk about how they play, isn't Hagar like a grappler?
Yeah.
You want them to spend all that budget on a character who is immediately going to he's either going to immediately be ass or be extremely good, and because we're not allowed to have good grapplers, he will get nerfed into being complete ass. If we're going by these rules, is what I'm saying. Um, there, I think it's pretty funny. Like there is no real reason when if you say like, "Oh, Sakura's coming," I get excited, and if you say Goken's coming, I'm not. And other than the fact that I really I think Sakura's cute and like an enjoyable character to see on screen, um, but the heart wants what the heart wants, and my heart does not want Goken or Tifa. I'm honestly not interested in seeing Tifa. If they put Tifa in, this is fraudulent behavior on Capcom's part,
Yeah,
in
this
my
is
opinion.
absolutely this is fraudulent. On like Capcom is like fucking like shilling and shaking hands in a very greasy way. If
Yeah,
Tifa
yeah,
comes into this game, like
yeah.
before fucking like another third strike.
You're like looking at Capcom across the table, like I would expect this from SNK, but you.
But you you fucking me for?
Yeah,
What are you
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
me for?
yeah, yeah. I know. I'm truly not interested. I would rather Tifa be in a game that has a bit more sauce in it. I'd rather see Tifa in like fucking Under Night before I see her in Street Fighter, because this woman is in the air more often than she's on the ground. In remake 2, the whole thing, her whole thing is like being in the air for as long as possible, which to the point where she wasn't very good in the first game because the air combat wasn't
No,
great. But in the second one, she's fucking heat because
she's
they fixed
fucking
that.
incredible.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
feels
she's
incredible.
she's
She's like it's the definitive Tifa experience to play as her in
yeah,
fucking Rebirth.
yeah. She's in the skybox, like, and she plays very similarly in Dissidia, Duodecim as well. She's very good in the air, not very good, like okay on the ground. And she's leaping, she's flipping, she's punching dolphins into the air, like materializing them with her uppercut. I just don't. Street Fighter does not have that sauce purposefully.
Yeah,
Does not have that
on
sauce.
purpose.
The craziest thing you do in Street Fighter is dash forward with Drive Rush.
I
Sorry, go ahead.
fucking hate anyway. I hate Drive Rush, but people. Oh,
Yeah.
why are you playing the game if you don't? Because I like Sea Viper and I like Marissa. That's why I play the game. Guess what? Characters bring you to the game. I don't know if anyone knew that about a fighting game.
I've heard. I've heard.
um, but like, so unless they do the thing they did with Akira in from Rival Schools in 5, which was they just said, "Fuck it." She just has her own air combo mechanic. Fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the
Yeah.
game. Just give her own air combo mechanic. It doesn't matter. Right? Like
Yeah.
unless they do that, right?
Hmm.
In which case like I guess, but then I don't know how the fuck you're going to balance it. But like I just don't like also like the reason the league is like suspicious to me is because it's 3 guys. This is like
Yeah.
unheard of for them.
Yeah. Yep. You're
Even
not
by
selling any
5
swimsuits like
standards,
this. Yeah.
you know. The league is a little like at least a little like Vega. I can believe honestly. Hagar and Goken together, I don't
Not
think that
likely.
happens.
Not likely. No.
It's very strange. Like if it'd be very very strange, and I think you're gonna get a vile reaction. Quite
I don't think
honestly.
I don't think Tifa is enough to carry that, because like obviously Maximilian will, I guess, probably be
Yeah,
happy
he
or
will
whatever.
splooge. He'll
Yeah,
splooge.
but anybody who doesn't give a shit about Final Fantasy, which I assume is a lot of fighting game players, because a lot of fighting game players only really play fighting games and then like maybe Final Fantasy 14 after they retire.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I feel like, if you don't give a shit about Final Fantasy, if you don't give a shit about Tifa, which perhaps inexplicably there are people who don't care about Tifa. I'm not one of them. But but it's like, so if you don't care about Tifa and then all you get is fucking Hagar, Goken and Vega, yeah, those people are not going to be happy, and particularly post incest patch. So
Like in my mind, like the thing I'm thinking of is like Vega is for the Street Fighter 2 motherfuckers.
mhm.
Um, Goken is for the Street Fighter like the point percentile difference of Street Fighter 4 players who played
Yeah.
that fucking character. And then Hagar is to like be like, "Hey, look, we remember. Look, he's gonna have moves that look like he was an MVC. We remember
Yeah.
MVC, don't
Yeah.
we?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like the differential. And like, I gotta be honest, I don't think you're satisfying any of the new gen people who are playing this game with this
No, there's
lineup.
not a single new person. If you're new to Street Fighter, I don't think there's a single person on this list. If you don't care about Final Fantasy VII or Tifa, that would get you excited. If I close my eyes, if you know, for yeah, no, if I close my eyes, and I just see like and think that like I've never touched a fighting game in my life. I'm looking at Street Fighter 6. I'm eyeing it up and down. I played World Tour a little bit, and yeah, we get dude with a mask who has been ass in most of the games he's been playable in, an old man, and then a hairier old man. Those are your three. And Tifa.
Yup.
No, no, that's not.
It's
I don't think.
and
Yeah,
if it is Nakayama and what's his name, they're full on like, I'm taking control of the project and it's whatever I want.
yeah.
Like dead
I can
ass.
see
That's
that
what's
being the
happening.
case. I could see that being the case. I could see that being the case. Yeah.
Like, because if this is the roster, it's whatever they want. Like,
Yeah.
dead ass, it's whatever they want.
Yeah. This
Easily.
season is fuck you. It's what I want.
You know.
1,000%. Yeah.
But yeah, hope to everything it's not this. But anyway, welcome to the
It's
Xbox corner.
time for the Xbox corner. Now these two stories
Yay!
these two stories are linked to each other, so I will like basically report on them effectively back to back. Report on them. I'm not reporting
I'm not
shit. I didn't.
reporting.
I didn't. I did not. These are both rock paper shotgun articles. They're doing the reporting. I'm simply regurgitating and giving my opinion. Not dissimilar to a YouTuber. So the big thing last week, I was like, I can't think of a world where Xbox actually does a price cut because that seems very difficult in this economy. Egg on my face, I was fucking wrong. They dropped it. They dropped it. They actually did it. Well, they took Call of Duty out, but they dropped it. And I feel like taking Call of Duty out completely justifies this. Is a complete justification for like I feel like people will not be unhappy about the price cut at the expense of Call of Duty overall, I would say. So it's Game Pass Ultimate. That is the Xbox Plus PC. BC. I'm gonna very quick tangent. In Arabic, there is no letter P, so you replace it with B. That's why I
Oh.
switched to my Arabic accent because because I skipped over the P sound real quick. But anyways, that dropped from $29.99 to $22.99, which is a was that a $7 increase more or less.
Mm.
And then PC Game Pass, which is just PC obviously, dropping from 16.49 to 13.99, which is a slightly smaller
Yeah. Oh, whoop de doo. Yeah, I
decrease.
saved
Yeah, not a
two
big deal.
dollars and 49 cents, I think, or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, not as much of a big deal. Although, from what I understand, most people just get Ultimate because beyond just being Xbox plus PC, there are a couple other perks that come from getting Ultimate. So, for reference, the original jump was from for PC Game Pass was from $12 to 16.50, and then Ultimate jumped from 19 to 30 or 29.99, I should say. So still slightly higher, but lower than it was before, and I like saving money. Um, I think this is a big deal. I think this is a good thing. I have to give the wins where they are. In only within this context. Let me be clear: Microsoft is still, chilling with Israel. They fucking suck. I'm just speaking from the perspective of the Xbox CEO, or sorry, yeah, that I guess technically she is like the CEO, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Coming in and making changes. This was a pretty good change if you're already in that ecosystem. I'm not, but Yeah, and then on top of that, they're now doing something called Xbox Game Pass Starter Edition. Basically, all that does is if you um, it gives you what like Discord Nitro and then a much smaller
Yeah.
list of Game Pass games. It's like 50 or something. Um,
Something about like what the essential tier
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
operating
yeah,
on, right?
yeah. And I believe it's costing $10 a month. So, um,
And the important part is like this is included with Discord Nitro
yes, 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 yeah. So if you have Nitro, then you are effectively a Game Pass
user.
subscriber
And
as well.
this
Yeah,
is another play that this play they do often, or we're doing often, where it's like here's another way to add on Game Pass so we can uh have the subscriber base increase on a number scale.
yeah,
Just on a sheer number scale, even if they're not like perhaps paying directly into it in that way. Um,
yeah,
you know, just to get them into the ecosystem at all. The starter
yep,
edition, like a lot of things are glomming onto Discord in order to gain, you know, a sort of like access, right, to people, right? So
yeah,
this is not you know, out of the question. I don't know that this works. Like there's so much of Discord is becoming so bloated
yeah.
that like this will just become some other like menu thing that you see on the bottom left that goes like you know those quests that Discord has, like do this quest.
Oh my
This
god.
will just become like another one of those. It's gonna be on the bottom left. It's gonna be like you have
Sick
Game
noise,
Pass,
noise. Yeah,
you
I
know,
agree.
and I don't think
I
it'll
agree.
work as much as they'd like it to. But you know, the price
No.
decrease is a good thing. I eh, I don't, you know, this is good. This is a step certainly. I don't know, you know, you need to solve the other problems, you know, of and now that Call of Duty's not there, the people who play Call of Duty, I guess you're about to find out how
They'll just
many
buy
of
it.
them, you know, like
I think
were
they'll just buy it.
you know were there, but
Yeah, yeah.
I personally I don't care for you know Call of Duty in that way, so I'm sure there's a
No.
sizable amount of people who are like, yeah, whatever. You could you could lose that
Yeah,
if you like.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's why I would consider that a win. Um, yeah, I think this is the correct move to make. I'm mostly just surprised that they did anything at all, and so quickly as well. I feel like we were theorizing a week ago, and then a week later they
Yeah,
immediately made the change, indicative of this CEO wanting to come in and clean house and maybe prove herself a little bit.
yeah.
After people being like, "You're like an AI freak, please go away." I think she's trying to get in there and basically just be like, no, no, I can make good decisions. Peep this, and I dress like an adult. unlike, unlike Phil Spector. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the article and he's like wearing a fucking Hexen shirt with like a
Hexen,
blazer
remember
over it.
Hexen? Oh, remember when
It's
I put a
just
Hexen
ridiculous.
in the fucking
in the
grain
in
grid?
the
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So um yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Like you said, I think we will probably touch back on this when the new Call of Duty comes out, because it'll be fun to compare and contrast.
Yeah.
Relatively, yeah,
Relatively to what the sales numbers have been, because Call of Duty just did a. Also, Call of Duty needs to pivot as well because it did one of its worst in
yeah. It
a
wasn't.
number
It
of
was
years.
not well. Yeah,
Um,
still made a bunch of money, but not as much as before, and
Not as
that's
much
not a
as
good sign.
before. So like I'm assuming she might take a look at that, perhaps. I don't know in what way. I fear it'll be in not a productive way because she's not in the business of game making and she doesn't know that part. But you know, I'm sure she'll have meetings certainly with
Yeah,
whoever's up on the rotation at this point.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah. So the next step here is So when Assassin's Creed Shadows was released, I was like, oh, that's cool, but like when they told us what the projects they had in development were, Ubisoft, in terms of
Hmm.
Assassin's Creed, I was most hyped for Assassin's Creed Hex because that.
I noticed you used past tense just now.
And I was most hyped for that one because it looked like the concept of some sort of witchcraft, like probably maybe more magic oriented style, like departing in like a very tonal way, like it's more like a dark setting, like that is very intriguing for this series. um
Yeah.
Unfortunately, after losing its creative director, it looks like Assassin's Creed Hex has lost its game director now too. Um,
Yes.
Unfortunately, Ubisoft is leaking, um, you know, of like a vast sinking ship. Unfortunately, this one was very unceremonious. The game director, Clint Hawking, he just like announced in a LinkedIn post that he was
Yeah.
somewhere else.
He's in some new indie studio, probably trying to recreate Claire Obscure's success. To be honest, I'm gonna be real. That is my guess. They saw that shit happen and they said, "Oh, we can do that." I didn't consider.
I didn't even know
So
that shit. Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But like it was just he just announced he was in another studio. Uh, the article states that he was at Ubisoft as recently as a month before that, so it must have been recent. So the fact that he just kind of left, this means one of two things. One, the project is almost done, which means there's an announcement impending June, or two, this is looking cooked. It's looking cooked.
yeah.
Unfortunately for this game.
It's one of the two. We'll
um
probably find out pretty soon.
we'll find out pretty soon. I think this honestly this game we saw this announced what 2 3 years ago.
Yeah.
This has I'm assuming this is re-reviewed in June. Um, in the midst of all the other
Uh,
announcements.
maybe I would assume after the remake of Black Flag, right? Because that's in July. Don't want to take the air.
I think this
Although
thing
I
doesn't
guess.
come out this year. I think they're good to
Oh,
announce.
okay. That's
Yeah,
fair. That's fair. So it's just. I mean, yeah. No, that's fair.
I think they
They
just
just tease it.
re-reveal it so they put a name to a face, as it were.
That's
Um,
possible. That's possible.
but this does not bode well. If I have to quote it, the last time a game director left after in a project that has been in development a while, the most notable one was Suicide Squad,
Uh huh. What do
which
you mean? That went great.
yeah.
I'm keeping that dead air, by the way. That's you didn't even you. I haven't been this sandbag since fucking Super Smash Bros. That's crazy. That's really funny.
If people won't know, but we did a stream where we played Suicide Squad as a lark
Yeah, this is for charity.
for charity.
Yeah,
And I was like, well, I guess we're buying the game. We're buying the game
yeah. It
for
was like three
charity.
dollars. Actually, I think I had it for free. I think they were giving it away.
Practically,
Still
I
want
think it
my
was
money
like
back.
$2 $3 or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we did not last very long, to my recollection.
No, we moved on pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly. I am still going. I said it before then, and that was 2 3 years ago. I said it
Hmm.
before, and I still stand by it. I will eventually come back to that thing. I have to
Really?
know, like like why this thing is the way it is.
Sure.
So eventually I'll come back to that game, but needless to say, the director of that game also left pretty close to that thing's release, and
Correct.
that was not a good sign. And thus far, like, it has only been one of the two things: of the game is done and they're laying me off, or I am there. This is not going good. and I am
Yeah.
fleeing the ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Um,
unfortunately, yeah.
we'll see which one it ends up being. Um, just by the way, I'm looking. I have a grand total of 101 minutes on Suicide Squad.
Ah.
I was still within the refund window. Not anymore, obviously, but and yeah, we played it January 2025. That was obvious. I know that's the exact date because I have not booted it up since. I took those 96 gigabytes back real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I have a total
yeah,
of
go ahead.
47 minutes. No, for Agent 47, no relation, but 47 minutes.
That's pretty funny.
There.
That's even less than me. What the fuck? How did that happen? Oh,
Well,
you probably joined later.
I was probably downloading the game during the
Yeah,
stream.
because it's 96 fucking gigabytes. Um, I don't have much of an opinion on the Hex news. I would like it to be successful, as I would like all projects to be successful. However, I am slightly less interested in Hex being successful because I am pissed about the Assassin's Creed game. It may or may not have been Hex. I don't know, but it was a canceled game that was supposed to come out in the mid. It took place in the mid 19th century, American South, specifically, antebellum era, American Civil War, Reconstruction. You know these things. You're into history, right, viewer, listener? You know your history. You know your racially charged history. Sure hope you do. Anyways, you were going to be a protagonist, who was like a former slave, to fight the Ku Klux Klan, and then they canceled it because of the backlash to Yasuke and Shadows, and they were like, "Oh,
Yes.
it's too political in a country that's too unstable." I'm fucking furious about that. I will never get over it. I will never. I'm gonna remember this for the rest of my life. I hope for this reason, Beyond Good and Evil 2, a curse on you, and
Oh
use
my god.
Guimont or
No,
whatever.
people want
You
that game
will,
to actually
you
come
will,
out.
no, 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 no. And I hope every Guimont, listen, I know that's not how you pronounce their name. I don't give a fuck. You listen very carefully. You will begin to cough in 4 days.
My
That's all I have
fucking
to say about
god.
that. That's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about
Bro, I
that.
just felt the hand
Uh,
movements you did right now. I just felt it.
that's so funny because I was. I totally, I absolutely was. What a fucking read. This is why you're the fighting game goat, my friend. That's so fucking funny that you just read that shit. 1000%. I was doing it. Curse of Raw, Curse of Raw, Curse of Raw. Oh, God.
No, no, no. No, no.
Oh, my
We
God.
can't be doing
No,
that to
yes.
people.
No, very much yes. Very much yes. So this last one, I guess I could just say it, but I don't want to talk about this yet because I need to gather my documents in a way. I have a lot to
Mm.
say, and there continues to be new information coming out from the Fan Fest. This is particularly about FF14, the new expansion Evercold. There's also a Switch 2 version and an Evangelion collaboration. I have a lot to say. I'll give you a quick TLDR. I'm not happy, but we're coming up on 4 hours. We don't have enough time. I do have one other thing I want to say. I already have cursed one person. Well, I guess a couple people. They are brothers. There's one other person. I know that this has nothing to do with video games really. But if I'm in a cursing mood,
Uh-huh.
I may as well.
Speak your truth.
Yeah. Klay Thompson, you will begin to cough
Oh
in the next 48
shit.
hours. I had to say it in public. I need it doesn't work if you only say it in the Discord, bro. It doesn't work. I guess I gotta give context. I feel like anybody who's listening would know, but I'll just say real quick. Klay Thompson was cheating on his girlfriend and veritable icon, the most perfect woman on planet Earth, truly infallible in every single way, actual goddess, Megan the Stallion. Um, the greed on display here is what was spoken of in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Torah, all of the above. He will never see the gates of heaven for this. Um, this woman, did you see the Thanksgiving dinner he
Yeah,
cooked for? She cooked
I
for
saw
him,
the
bro.
Thanksgiving
Are you
dinner.
fucking? She's bad as hell. She's extremely successful. She's funny as fuck. She's bad as hell. I really want to wrap it around to that one. Homegirl cooks you a full fucking Thanksgiving meal, and you still have the audacity of a light skin to do this? Unbelievable. I can say this. Please don't forget. I am black. This is me. You can't say it. Well, maybe you can. It's not likely, but if you can say it, you'll know. Bro, oh my god. Hell. That's truly. The Doom guy is gonna find you and put you deeper. It's not gonna be enough. He's gonna be like, where is Klay Thompson?
Where?
Oh, I just it's pretty wild because I thought that the Luca trade would be the dumbest thing related to a Dallas Maverick, but we've beaten it. Extremely impressive.
Somehow,
That is the
Palpatine
second
returned.
dumbest thing. The second dumbest thing. Oh my god.
That's that one picture of him holding up the stick and her looking in the back is just so funny. It's so funny now. It's so
The
funny.
audacity, bro. The audacity. And listen, I'm not even because like I've seen many people be like, he looks like a fucking melted version of that dude from the Goonies, turned into a basketball player and
That's
shit like that.
crazy.
Yeah, it is wild. I'm not even like I personally generally unless you are like truly irredeemable, like reprehensible as a human being, I tend to not like to make jokes based on appearance in this way. I when I say that the audacity, I'm referring to the fact that you're fucking washed as a shooter now. You aren't nearly as well known. I guarantee you more people know who Megan the Stallion is than Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
only
yeah.
reason that people fucking know Klay Thompson who aren't into basketball are because they found out that he was dating Megan the Stallion and were fucking gutted because she was off the market. So all of that, you definitely are not as entertaining. Like, take away the fact that Megan the Stallion is genuinely like top five hottest women on earth to me. Even if that weren't the case, if I never saw who she was like physically, she'd still be extremely fun to hang out with. You can tell just based on like interviews and shit like that. Something tells me Klay Thompson is not going to hold me down for an entire lunch period with like titillating conversation. No disrespect. Well, actually, all disrespect. All disrespect.
I guess
I'm.
so. I guess so.
No, I can't. I can't say that.
Huh?
Never mind.
Huh?
Well, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm
Okay.
gonna. It was related. I mean, all I'm saying is, if you put Klay Thompson and Miyamoto in a room right now, given these are the two people that I'm currently most heated towards, I'll let you think of the rest of that particular case.
I see. I see. I
It's too far.
see.
I can curse people. I can curse the raw people, but at a, I don't want to get the podcast subpoenaed before we even hit a double-digit podcast episodes.
Miyamoto and Clay Thompson, what do they have in common, I wonder?
Other than the fact that I hate them, they're not quite as good at the games that they were previously. They're similar in terms of professional talent. I'll say that.
Miyamoto and Clay Thompson, I'm calling my shot. You got no
Yeah,
shots left.
bro, you ain't got no shots to call, brother. You have no shots to call. Look at your season. Look at your season,
Right
bro. I'm
now,
like holding him down like a dog that just like pissed on the carpet.
me pulling up his stats on the Athletic. Dude, sit, look at it. Look at it right now.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. like
The
I
drama,
okay, okay. Chill
huh?
out. Chill the fuck out.
I had
Don't
to.
do
I
this.
had to.
No.
I had to.
Truly, you did it. But it's just like the greed is unending, and all like it's like, oh, he had horrible mood swings during the season because the season was ass. It's like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I also experience mood swings watching the Nuggets play. Doesn't mean I'm about to cheat on my partner. Like, you can't use that on me, brother. Also, I didn't even know this. It's not even the first time he's cheated. He's also
Oh,
cheated on other women who are probably also bad as hell and much cooler than him. Because that's the only kind of nigga that cheats. It's like
the
I'm
greed of
about
the devil themselves, and this
yeah.
is kind of par for the course for athletes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They
Unfortunately,
think they're hot shit.
par for the course. But well, back on the
She was
market,
cooking him
everyone.
catfish every night, bro. Like, catfish every night, and You know what's funny? I told my sister, I was actually the one who broke the news to her about this. Obviously, she's an insane. She's actually a big Megan Thee Stallion fan, and she's pretty caught up on like NBA shit. And she was like, "This legitimatately brought my mood down." She told me later. She was like, "She was like, I had a bad day because of this. I'm not even like involved. Like Megan Thee Stallion does not and will never know who I am, and I am still riding for her to this extent."
Yeah. Yeah.
He was 36 years old, and he said, "Can we be non-monogamous? Non-monogamous, brother, brother." I'll
I
stop.
don't
I'll
think
stop.
he
I'm good.
posed the question. Quite honestly, I think I think that courtesy was involved. Quite honestly,
God, washed on the court and now washed in real in his personal life, I suppose.
tends
Oh
to
boy,
follow. Tends to follow.
it's a. Oh, this is the last thing I'll say. Sorry. The other thing that I want to point out, I also mentioned this to my sister, like there is something particularly important. I would say if you are somebody who pulls a ton of money, finding somebody who is as successful, if not more successful than you are, because you can't pull the, oh, this is a gold digger card or whatever, because it's fucking Megan the Stallion. She doesn't need your money, which means that she liked you for you and you still fucking
And I
fumbled.
don't even know what the fuck you
Embarrassing.
was.
I frankly, I don't think Megan did either. It's like I've seen his interviews, bro. I'll say this: he couldn't have done this 4 hour podcast. I'm just saying. I'm
No,
just
no, no. Come
saying.
on, come
I
on.
don't.
There are
No.
a lot of sports podcasts out there. Some players thinking they can do that shit. There are a lot of them out there
Yeah,
thinking
they
they can
think
do
they
that shit.
can, but Shaq and Barkley are the only ones on TV for a reason. Okay, I gotta stop. I've made so many enemies today. This is not good. I'll stop.
Curse
Actually,
of
no,
Ron.
fuck that. Nobody's gonna get on my ass about Klay Thompson. I don't give a fuck. It's not a single person
Wait.
that I would
That no, I
respect.
dead ass want some NBA motherfucker to get on your ass about that. That shit would be so funny though.
Some C-lister. He's like he's benched the whole time. That would be the kind of person listening to this podcast. LeBron James is not, something tells me he's not here listening to the podcast. Although if we ever met LeBron, we were like, "Hey, LeBron, you listen to our podcast?" He'd be like, "Yeah, bro, that's one of my
You
favorite
definitely say
podcasts.
it.
It's the
He's like,
best
all
podcast
the
I've ever
time,
heard in
man. They
my
put me on
life."
Gigi Habibi so long, mad long ago, man. You don't even know.
He lies like a toddler. It's so funny. Oh my god. Okay. Breathe,
Shout outs to the game three. Shout outs to game three with the
bro,
shout outs to game three.
brother.
Whew.
brother.
Oof.
It's like the Nuggets are not doing well, and then like literally, I saw that like they dropped the most recent game, and then I turned the news on or whatever, and fucking after Jokic gets on in a fight on the court, and then I find out that Megan the Stallion got cheated on, bro. Whew. It's
Incredible.
not anybody's fault that you're trash at hoops. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for everybody who's listened. Any final words from you? I feel like I kind of took the mic for a little bit at the end there as I got possessed by every man who has ever seen Megan the Stallion and been like, it should have been me, not him. So
Klay, you need to lay low.
yeah, because if I find you, it's on site. It is on site. You know what's funny is I forgot this too. Laz straight up was like, uh, Megan, come hang out in our Discord. We talk about Kagurabachi and shit. Like something tells me that Klay Thompson is not sitting there talking to Megan the Stallion about the latest Itchy the Witch chapter. But I will, Megan. This is a formal declaration. I
You
know you
will.
said I'm taking time for myself. I will also take time for you. You take time for yourself. I will take time for yourself as well. Completely understand. And you won't have to worry about infidelity because beyond the fact that I, would not cheat on my partner, I'm also going to be glued to you. You will have to literally like take me off of you like fucking Velcro if that ends up happening. So I'm just saying, Unreal Fumble.
Can't wait for you to be in the podcast because he's glued. Can't wait for you.
She'll be a guest. She'd be able to keep up, unlike Klay Thompson's fucking caramel macchiato looking ass. Oh my god, I'm tired. Okay.
Wait. What was that tweet? The light skin discourse. We
Oh, it's gonna bring us back half a decade. You're correct. They're right. It is. Let me not say us. I'm not fucking none. Like this is not the seminal horror film. I'm not involved in that Discord.
Not involved.
This is not us. I am not like them.
Oh shit. Well, anyway, be free. It sure seems like Klay Thompson is. So.
That's it. I'm hitting the button.